Welcome, everybody. Anthony here with the Bulbaritos, bringing you a brand new live stream. And ladies and gentlemen, I am proud of today's episode. We are in episode 12 of the Bulbattalion, where we are going to be having an ARK Planner Summit, where we have some of the best and baddest ARK planners that you will see across the game in Rise of Kingdoms. And we will continue to keep growing this group. If you are or know somebody who's an ARK planner, send them my way. And next time we do this, we 100% will try to get them in there as well. Welcome to all of our beautiful, beautiful Burrito Gang members who just joined us today. Shout out to all the new kingdoms that are hopping in. Before I forget, shout out to Micah for the super chat, 244. I appreciate it. Stepmom, yo. A B to Beast sending in the 199 super chat. Mrs. Bulba fan here. Yeah. She got a lot more fans than I do, so. But I appreciate y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for coming and hanging out. We have a tremendous crew, and I am beyond proud and excited to intro all of them in. Some you may know, some you may not know, and some we are going to learn a lot about today. We're going to have some drinks, have some laughs, have some fun. Kick up, represent your kingdom. If you got somebody who's in here, shout them out, make fun, post some memes. Y'all know me. I believe we're one member off from 30. And once we hit 30, again, I plan on adding in a little pink Thor hammer emoji on there. So our members will be able to post it during the live stream. And I am actually going to add Marine's whip as one of the emojis. So we'll see if we get it. If we get it, then cool. But if not, I still love y'all. And officially, we have hit 100 live concurrent viewers. As of right now, 105. Hold on.
If Hoff doesn't have his cam on, no more super chats.
You don't have it on. You don't have it on. I appreciate it, Peyton. And Peyton also repping out over there with his brand new Chingon. We owe y'all a Chingon wheel spin. I'm going to say that to the end, because I got to get a little liquid courage inside of me. Because if I got to twerk or get a pie, I'm not doing that this whole time. Dang, the Maru AF out here with the thick burritos. I appreciate you, my friend. All right, let me fire up some music real quick. Let me get everybody in. I need to make a drink. I'll add those emojis real quick. And then we will get it rocking and rolling, baby. There you go. Got a little Latin fire. Oh, Lord. No. All right, we got 2 Chingon wheel spins today. So for those of y'all who don't know what Chingon wheel, the Chingon wheel is a perk that I give to the highest tier of YouTube membership. It's the $10 a month one. I give a wheel and I have unreal shit that usually makes y'all laugh. I either twerk, I do the inflatable man, I take a pie to the face, and there's a couple of others that I have on the wheel. So now I have 2. I have Peyton and now I have Mad. Welcome, both of y'all. Y'all are now part of the thickest community in Rise of Kingdoms. I appreciate y'all. Much love. All right, let me get in this chat real quick. Let's get in here.
Bad. Yeah, I think we all hate it.
Oh,
I like the idea.
American.
What's going on, you beautiful, beautiful people?
Hey.
We got a lot of
This
beautiful
train
people.
seems
what's
too
up?
much fun. Choo choo.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna switch the screen. Holy Lord. Dark. Do we have so many thick burritos coming in? All right, let me hover over everyone so y'all can see everybody. We got Sir Van. Oh, if y'all have me, just make sure y'all have it muted on the stream. Van Diesel out here in the top left, representing TR. Did a phenomenal job this season. We got somebody that I'm new and I'm very excited to meet. Afro. Welcome from SX54. Hopefully I didn't butcher the shit out of that name.
You did great. Thanks a lot to invite me.
Ooh, those accents coming in thick. I love it, baby. Ooh, I love it. And then we got our boy Groggy. Y'all know he's been playing with us, representing Smash Squad out there proudly.
Hey, what's happening?
We got, all right, I know where people are coming from 1270. Y'all been hopping in all day. Top right, you got your boy Hoff Daddy, aka.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to just apologize for most of the stuff that's gonna happen in your chat with them. But always blame Amazon. That's all I know. Just a rule.
And y'all already know we got our boy Hova out here, the K-pop queen out here in the mid left.
What's up?
We got M-Kiz from PTOL. Shout out to him and Horseplay. Horseplay is
Ease versus Lost was its strategy not to go in middle.
all right. We got some jabs coming out here. I love it. It's all right. We got M-Kiz from PTOL representing.
All girls who have beautiful face, beautiful eyes, juicy lips, silky hair, Asian or Europe, Eastern or Western, black or white. If you wanted this, please come attendance with your sweet kisses.
Yes!
Well done, man. Well done.
Yes, welcome.
Wow.
Hamid Khan in the chat, baby. No, I'm just kidding. He's not in the chat. But goddamn, if you don't love you some Hamid. Yeah, look, even Mrs. Bulba, she doesn't even play Rise of Kingdoms. She knows fucking Hamid from my community. So we got our boy Seneth in here representing Lost.
Yo, thanks for having me.
Of course. We have Lambo, our resident Osiris League champion from last season. We got our boy Zeus, the godly magician out here representing OLN.
So,
Ooh, they're getting shorter. All right, we love it. we got Zev representing Boobies. We got Boobies in the house, baby. 108.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
I bet mine are bigger.
Oh shit! Dang! I love it. John,
Hashtag Hamid Khan.
oh man, we got the Hamid Khans coming out, and then finally, last but not least, the Jesus himself, the chiseled warrior out here from 1AVG. We got our boy Thor.
Yeah, I'm here to talk over.
All right, give me 1 second, chat. So we're gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna make a drink, but while we're doing that, I'm gonna add these emojis in for the live stream. I'm gonna add Thor's hammer in, and I'm gonna bring out Marine's whip. So I'm gonna add those two now that we have all these beautiful members.
No.
Yeah. So this chat's about to get real interesting. Let me see membership. Okay. So let me bring up my iPad. It has all of our topics. And
You need a warthog emoji.
dude, you know, I need to make one for a Speedy. Speedy keeps wanting one with Alex Hard Eyes. You know what I mean? We gotta get our boy out there because we know he loves some Alex. Let me see. Edit. All right.
Well, Speedy had his logo. He unfortunately copied Chisgle's.
He should. You know what he should have done? He should have just put the Alex like face in the middle of it, or just done like different colors, or done something. And I wouldn't have. I don't think Chis would have cared. I think the color scheme was exactly the same as Chis, which is why it stood out so bad. Let me see.
Yeah.
Where is it at? Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Is somebody keeping track of how many shots Bulba owes?
Oh, I haven't even made a drink. I haven't even made a
The
drink.
ringing mad Phantom this time.
Oh,
You
dude.
got Bulba too drunk last time.
Yeah, I love it.
Like 20 minutes in, Bulba was like 8 shots.
Oh my god.
Dude, yeah, we're like 20 minutes in. I was 8 shots deep. And then that was the same night that the dog got out, and I was out in the streets like stumbling and all fucked up in the street, torrential downpour. It was like a hurricane. Y'all know the shit where you like on the sidewalk and you get splashed by all the water from the car? Dude, I got smashed like 8 times on the road. All right.
Zenith and Ducks FTW.
Oh yeah, and
Love.
Mad Phantom had sent me a message during that stream and said, how long will it take to get Bulba drunk? And I said 44 minutes.
44.
Well, I guess it only took 20.
He went pretty ham. Yeah, he went pretty ham on the all right. So let me make sure I'm not going to introduce it thoroughly everybody, but I kind of want y'all to get a feel of who if you don't know who they are, I already told y'all where they're from, but just to kind of let y'all know, we're covering 3 realms in this panel. The only one that we don't have, I believe, is Anubis. So we have representatives from Horus, we have representatives from Bastet, and we have representatives from Sobek. So that I really wanted a diverse panel. That way, holy shit. That way y'all could really get a feel overall of exactly what the vibe is, everything. I've already told the community managers to look out for the video. So this is, it's a big thing, you know? So if you have opinions on stuff, this is going to be the one to vocalize it, because this is the one we're going to be pushing out. All right. So first off, let's get this. Oh shit. Oh no.
We're gonna let him get on with the show.
Bring the tequila to life.
Bring the
That's great.
Open that bottle.
He's the only one. Okay, I want it known. Okay, when Drago drinks his tequila, bro, his is like a little Bam Bam bottle. Okay, I got this big mofo bottle. Like you gotta step it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Look. Oh yeah, that sounded good. Okay. All right, let's start off with the first question before I never make it out of here. Okay, so we're gonna start off going from youngest to oldest realms. So we're gonna start off with Hofdad, and then we're gonna move to Zenith, and then everybody else will pretty much be Horus. So let's start off with that. I kind of want to get your overall feelings about the 4-realm format. So we're just gonna make these a little bit quick. That way we can all kind of respond to each other if we want to, or if you have stuff like that. So it's not a super long-winded. It's just going to be one of those, what's your overall feeling? How did you feel about it being 4 realms this season?
Man, I don't know how I would do it with all the amount of teams that they have. The Bastet Sobek thing, you know, having them both preseason and Conquest, I would have combined them. I think Horus and Anubis are fine. I mean, they're both pretty loaded. But I mean, you know, the top Sobek teams, sure, they can compete with some of the best, but only without those, you know, with the commanders differences. You know, I think it's just hard. You don't want to ever have to face those like 500 million power, you know, alliances that don't really do anything for you. The more you compete against the top, the better you're going to be, and that's why Horus will always be better, even on a level playing field, and even in the when all the commanders are equal and all that, they're still going to be better because they play against better. So it's tough. I don't know.
Shout out real quick to our boy Chuni out here dropping the super chat. What's going on, brother? Dude, we need to get. Somebody told me we need to get. What up? Sorry.
That's Yura. That's not Chuni.
Oh, that's not Chuni?
No.
Oh, I thought it was Chuni. Okay.
Oh, the alcohol is taking effect.
Oh no. All right, our boy Zenith, what do you got? What did you think about in pertaining to Bastet?
I think I can agree on that. Like, I think we would be way better on with less realms and more equal setups. Don't restrict it on commanders. I think something like the invitational format would be way better for everyone. And maybe, like, I don't know, football leagues like to play up and rank up into a higher realm by winning and defeating your enemies would be a way more in-depth system like the one we have recently.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's start with Zeus. Zeus responding from Horus. What are your overall feelings on the 4 realms, bud?
Yeah, I like the 4 realms. I do think the commander lock thing was done not that well with KVK equipment not being taken into account. So I think that was a big fail on Lid's part. I think 4 realms is a good idea, but I don't think there should be more in the future than 4. Otherwise, top 32 will be very, you know, common to get.
All right, Lambo, what about you, brother?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've discussed this in the past too, but I think there is a distinct disadvantage to some of the teams not having that heroic anthem gear and other teams having heroic anthem gear in some of those newer realms, right? And if they're going to limit commanders, then they need to limit gear as well. If it's a pre-heroic anthem realm, then people should not be able to use the heroic anthem gear within those Osiris League matches. You know, I guess, I mean, I'm just thinking to myself, Why can't we make this where there's a regular season and league is then the playoffs? You know, something to the effect of, you know, there are 16 games, soon to be 17 games in the NFL, and then they do the playoffs. You know, why do we have to have 500 million teams in here, or teams that matches in the early group stages, when we can eliminate those teams from the get-go by having a regular season and then a postseason?
I agree. All right, let me see, did we miss somebody? I think Zev, I skipped over you, my friend. What are your opinions on coming from Boobies, coming from Boobs 108? Sorry, I always say Boobies.
No, it's fine.
From Boobs from
We like
108.
boobies.
Yeah, dude. Don't even get me started. All right. What is kind of y'all's? I know that Sebo was talking to me about some ideas, but I kind of wanted to hear it from you on what his opinions were for the 4 realms.
Yeah, with the realms, as the other guy said, I agree. Like, it should be equal, and as long as you you have equal teams and tough matches, it's fun. If it's too easy, it's not fun ever. So that should be more equalized. Definitely agree. But Sebo's idea is like, I think Sinet just mentioned it. It should be like other sports league. You know, we should play every week. Every team should play with each other, and then whoever has the most wins, they get the league. And honestly, I totally agree on that, because you know, the way we play, it's also a bit of chance, like who you play against and something. Some teams are more difficult for other teams because of the play styles. So I think, as just Thor said, I think like there should be a season that everyone plays. Then you have like a top 32 or top 16. Then they all play with each other. It would be more interesting, and honestly, I think we all would like to play more matches. It would be better to play every week.
I would play with Boobies every week.
I think every day, no?
All right, Thor, my man, what are your overall thoughts on the 4 realm system?
Well, first I have to say this because I'll get killed if I don't. I have to say hi, BFF friend in the chat, so she's stopping on me. Well, about the realms, I think we should do like Lambo said, a press season and then the actual season. That would be cool.
So basically, let me make sure that we're kind of all on the same page. Y'all basically, y'all are trying to make it so that normal arcs essentially get replaced by what we want to classify as off season, to where it actually is accumulating something like a point system or something. To where once you get, instead of doing the top 512, basically what y'all are saying is, we, based on regular arcs and competition and stuff like that, that then you would go from what this would be, well, an off season or a regular season, into a playoffs where we would then only have a set amount, not 512, that would then compete for a championship.
And the game's already set up that way. It has a league rating and everything. You know, you can just. It doesn't mean anything.
But
So
the
means something.
it's all about the power.
Yeah, it can still be 512 teams. It just gives you a better way to do the seedings, and you can make a gold and silver league that way as well. And you could have 512 teams that deserve to be competing against each other instead of 100 teams.
Now, if we were to do that, my only thing would be, I don't think you really want to do that with 4. I think you would want to do that with 2, and then do your big boys and like a. I always say it's a
you
league,
have to
but
separate the pre-season
of
conquest teams.
Yeah, but like in season of conquest, I could see realistically getting 2 really big realms into, you know, your top 512. That's going to be super stacked. If you do season of conquest teams, like you're going to have, you know, 4 or 5 teams that were making top 32, top 16, all in the same division. You know, you're talking off of week 1, you're going to be in the meat grinder. So I kind of like that. Well, you know, I think there needs to be 2 separate realms. I think 4 is too many. I think there needs to be like a diamond and then a silver, or a gold and a silver, because right now it's already set up.
By the next season, by the next season we will have like probably up to 2,000 kingdom in Season of Conquest.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I don't know how they will split that.
Maybe they will add more realms.
I don't really know if you'd want to split
So we will
that.
have a lot more with
I don't
Season of Conquest by then.
See, but I think
Well, you
okay.
can.
Oh, go ahead. You're good.
I mean, I think Van Diesel had a good point about like your gold
Can
and
you
silver.
please
So
tell
you can
Hover to pick
combine
up dinner on
Horus
his way
and
home?
Anubis and use their
He isn't
ratings.
responding to my
To get
texts.
into a postseason and Basta and Sobek. But then the top 512 are all competing, making yourself stronger. Then the second, then your silver, the 512 behind them is your Anubis, whatever. And them playing against other teams around their power would also probably make them a little bit better too. But then you just don't have those games that don't matter.
So
at the moment, the group stage is pointless.
Yeah, and that's what I
agree.
That's what I was trying to talk about. Is
pointed, yeah.
I think if you eliminate all the dumpster fire teams from the first 3 realms and combine them all into into one, which is essentially what's going to happen because they're all going to be Season of Conquest next season, and you eliminate
I think
that.
you have to go post first season of Conquest. Like you have to have finished one HA.
Oh, okay.
To be able to compete. That's what I think, because you have to be able to like have the equipment and stuff. So my cutoff would not be Season of Conquest. It would be after the kingdoms that have completed the first KVK and Season of Conquest.
That's still
that makes sense because after that first heroic anthem, theoretically, you would have rotated through all of the commanders.
Yeah,
and you would have all the
that's
commanders
main
available
thing.
to you.
I think this season they had to have 4 because of the way the commanders are set up. But now they've got the commanders wheels set up the way they are. Once you've gone through 3 months in Season of Conquest, you should be able to compete now.
I want a child Hoff daddy.
Dude, some of these super chats, I can't. All right, I gotta read this one because it's from our boy Redline. He's out here. Can you please tell Hova to pick up dinner on his way home? He isn't responding to my text with the $5 super chat. And we got Dus out here. I want a child, Hoff Daddy. Oh damn! All right,
That's my Hova.
So let me.
I'm not studying my Hova.
Let me ask y'all this. Okay, so this is off a little bit, but it. Oh Lord, I don't even know. Okay, that was.
I want another child PLS.
just start ignoring them.
I can't. They're too funny. All right. Holy shit! I lost my train of thought. All right, no worries. We're gonna move on. Let me see who else are we missing. MKiz, what was your thoughts on the 4 realms, bud?
Yeah, it's pretty much touching what everyone else said. I don't like the 4 realms at all because there's teams that like didn't do so well in Horus or Anubis, and they're migrating with all these accessories to like new realms and then smashing everybody like double the score and getting better rewards than people who are playing in really competitive realms. So I don't really like it. So I think 2 to 3 rounds is much better.
Okay.
3 of them both.
I just remembered what the question is, so remind me. I'm gonna go through everybody else, and then we're gonna do a quick one, and it pertains to rewards and then being tiered off. So we'll answer that one after we go through everybody, but I want to get y'all's opinions on that because most of y'all are very, in super competitive in Horus and all that. So we're gonna jump back to that one, but I want to make sure we get through everybody. Groggy, what were your opinions on the 4 realms, bud?
Well, I think we could all agree the most disappointing thing, especially in that first group stage, was the 0 shows. I don't know how Lilith fixes that or puts incentives to make teams not show up for a match.
Just group stages?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
like,
it was
there were so
all.
many
It was
teams
all.
that put up a 0 score.
No, it was all stages. I think this season had the most. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe there was like 8 to 10 matches where people didn't show up.
Yeah, we had one in quarterfinals in Sobek. I couldn't believe it.
If you count the 500 million teams, that's even more.
Yeah, they're pointless.
No, it's definitely not a good look for the event.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's get into Afro. What did you think?
I think from the reward perspective, the 4 realms is great because it makes it more teams to get the reward. But from the competitive perspective, I think it's not so great. The group stage is just basically nothing. You play for nothing. You against the teams definitely not in the same level, which make it not so fun. I think they should just make 2 rounds, but instead of 32 group, they can make it to 48, something like that, to make it more fun, more competitive.
Sneering face.
I like it. I like it. All right, Van, you're up, brother.
I thought the 4 rounds were necessary this time because of the way they come out, the wheels had only just changed. But I'd like to see less in the future, or at least, I think they have to combine Horus and Anubis. I mean, imagine how far the games would have been from the divisional semi-finals on, and how good the top 32 would have been if we combined Anubis and Horus, because there's some really good teams in Anubis as well. So, in my opinion, they need a singular gold league for post first season of Conquest, and I think that would make the group stages exciting as well. So, I mean, I thought they had to do it this year because the commander gap would have been too big, but I think they need to consolidate that in the future. But they still need new realms for, pre-season of Conquest kingdoms and stuff like that. So,
and why not allow kingdoms to practice against each other?
Just bring in practice on the weekend.
A good idea.
Just need
the starting point. Just practice on the weekend, like as a starting point.
Just open it up on the weekend. Exactly.
It's impossible to organize a practice midweek.
Yeah.
Impossible.
But guys, it is not impossible because JSC does it almost every day.
Yeah, but they're Korean.
Exactly.
One time zone.
Yeah,
they're all on
they
the
have
same
the time
time zone.
zone.
Exactly.
International kingdoms, we've got players from all over the world. It's fucking hard.
Yeah, it is. But
Everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of impossible.
True. That is true.
But that's the advantage. That's one huge advantage.
Huge
Yeah,
advantage.
of course.
It's huge.
Dude,
That was having a separate Osiris League for your country.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got that on the docket, so we're gonna save all that because that is literally the one that's like cooking with grease out here. So we're gonna leave that one for last because I know Lambo, we gotta save it so Lambo has to stay up another 3 hours because he's so fuming. he fucking fumes, bro. He's fuming. But yeah, I agree. I definitely, in my opinion, I like the idea of being a little bit more inclusive with 4 realms. The thing that I don't like is I feel like it watered down the realms so much that it made it not entertaining. Like, I can't tell you how many content creators that I talked to that were just like, bro, I'm
shot off it by 903.
all right, got you. That were just like, I don't want to, like, it's not worth me casting because it's not entertaining until at least like the second match of top 32, and I'm just like, dude, that's like a month and a half in and nobody wants to do any. So I was just like, what, fuck it, we got to do it. But you shouldn't have, people should be excited. Like, I want to see week 1, week 2 TR versus V636. I want to see it coming out the gates hot. Like, and that's kind of what I thought it was going to be because I didn't think they were going to do 4 realms. So I think if you're going to do it, you're setting your system up for regular ARK already as a gold and a silver. I have no clue why in the world the Osiris League doesn't just play off of that. I also don't know why the matchmaking is based on power when regular ARK is based on oh my goodness, I just went blank.
It's still kind of based on
MMR. Well, here's the interesting thing.
If every shot costs $2, I am sorry for you.
Oh Lord.
Smirking face.
So case in point, right now, we all know Baba went to 412A. Okay. That indirectly is going to make them literally the next GSB alliance because they're almost auto and I'm laughing, but it sucks for them because they're going to basically auto top 32. And now they're going to be that GSB that are going to have the groups that have those badass second and third alliances that could potentially beat them when they would have normally been in a decent group that has a shot of making it in the top 32. So, based on power registration, stuff like that. So that's an interesting topic in itself. But we're gonna move on real quick because we got a ton to cover. So this is where we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. This is where you can vocalize your opinions on your matches, on your realms, on whatever it is. In particular, what your actual thought was on Sobek and Horus. Not overall 4 realms. This is just in Horus what you would like to see, and I'll kind of combine it. I want to know from your realm, what is one thing that you think needs to be changed for season 5? And we're going to start with Hofdad. We're going to start with you, my brother.
Wait, keep starting with me, huh? I mean, for a realm, it's fine. I mean, other than like I would have combined like Bastet and Sobek, like that. That's the way I would have done it. Because Bastet is in a KVK without the preseason. Like they're already in season 4, I believe, but then they're playing OL in preseason, which is kind of weird. So I would have the two. It would have had more top teams. But just coverage overall. I mean, I think that Lilith is trying to get there in making this an esport. So if you do just kind of have coverage, content creators for each realm and following teams and their players and stuff like that, it just creates more hype and it makes the whole experience more fun. But the setup is fine, I think, for now, till you get more depth in Kingdoms.
Okay. Zenith, what about you, bud?
I think thing that has to be changed already got mentioned. That's the equip thingy. Like, for example, we face teams with heroic anthem gear, and it's making a huge difference. Like, I mean, it's looking small on a single match, but if you're playing against a wall of heroic anthem items, it's also like a big impact within the match. So, for example, that's a thing I think they should consider to change for the upcoming seasons, if they restrict commanders. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless. Like, you're picking a part of the game and restrict it to the players, and another part that's also not achievable for the newer realms is allowed to use, which is kind of weird to me.
Dude, I find it very interesting, and I'm glad you brought that up. I find it very interesting that the ultimate goal is them to try to level out commanders so that we don't have a commander deficit. And they're literally working, when you think about it, they're literally working towards the invitational rules, and that's it. That's literally all they're trying to literally make it so that there is a fair level playing field, and we already have the rules set. So it's very interesting that it hasn't even crossed the mind, or maybe it has, but we'll see. I get the whole idea of not leveling the entire field, but it's fine. I find it very interesting that all the things that they're doing in the game are actually pushing more towards that, and we already have that in place. So and that, and with go ahead.
I think the invitational system itself is great. Like, it's providing a lot of opportunities to teams to equal up basically everything. Like, you can't use equipment, you have the same commanders, the same troops and stuff.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of the perfect playing field for a thing called League, because everything else, if you can impact it by spending more money than others, it's not really a league. It's like a bit of a spending contest at this point.
Yeah. And this is actually a great segue, because I'm going to actually go to Van next, because they were one of the teams that while I know that they're a big boy and they can easily heal every single match and do all that, it brings the question up of whether y'all really think that should be even a thing, because Invitational, y'all wouldn't have to do that. Y'all'd have set troops, you'd have set commanders. You can go stupid hard in KVK, so we're going to kind of dive into it with Van. What are your, what is the one thing you would want changed for season 5, brother, or Horace?
Well, I was going to say they need to find a way to have KVK not impact the Cyrus League. Like, obviously you can't do it from a timing perspective, so I think they need to figure out a way that your troops don't disappear or some shit from KVK into Cyrus League. But I think that and the invitational things are just unrealistic, because Lilith wants money, right? So, I mean, Osiris League's a massive money bringer for them, because people are training troops for Osiris League.
Are they?
Unless they figure out the commercial aspects of an esport to bring in revenue to supplement that, I just don't think that the invitational rules are coming anytime soon.
I'd be interested. I don't really think people are training for Osiris League. I think they're training for KVK. But
I think we train for Osiris League.
well, that I could.
KVK where you zero yourself.
Yeah.
Everyone's training back for Osiris League. It happens, man. And there's a shitload of bundles being dropped to get us back to a position where we could compete in Osiris League. So.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, Groggy, go ahead.
Yeah, it's something we brought up in K75.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we use our Hall of Heroes in Osiris League?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I think would be a good idea.
That's pretty smart. That's actually a great idea.
In an expedition, you can use all the troops you've ever had, right? So they're counting them.
Oh, that would be like super.
Yeah,
for the world.
I'm interested to hear what Afro's opinion is because I think that their team was the most affected by
Well,
KVK out of all the teams.
let me make sure. Let me make sure and finish off with Groggy, and then we're gonna immediately go to Afro after that. So I like Groggy's idea. So can you elaborate a little bit on that, Groggy?
Yeah, so basically, if a kingdom's in a KVK, there's your Holy Heroes, which is basically 50% of your dead troops that are accumulating in KVK, and those are troops that you get back when KVK is finished. So during Osiris League, if your kingdom happens to be in a KVK, why not have access to those Hall of Heroes while you're in the Osiris League? Because you're going to get them back anyways.
I like that.
That's a smart idea.
I think that's a very, very good idea. And I'm glad you actually brought that up because I didn't even think about that. And that's a very, very good idea. Because it's stuff you're already going to get back anyways. You're just tapping into it a little early for another event. So I like that.
Yeah, it seems like a really easy change for him.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? All right, Afro, you're up. Because for those of y'all who don't know,
Just in my
SX54.
opinion, yes, I totally agree with Van and Groggy. I do believe the troops, it's really hurt us, especially us, TR and GST. And those people, those aliens from the KVK kingdoms, normally we just zero ourselves for the KVK. So which just turned out to be very difficult for us to do the ARK, no matter the regular ARK or the league. So just my opinion, maybe they should just use, for example, when your teams register for the league, your troops, powers, and command, all kind of things should be fixed for the rest of the season. So in that case, even you overlapped with the KVK, you just have no impact on that.
Okay, so you're basically saying that once we register your troops, your commanders, all your stuff would be locked.
No, just the troops, not the commander. Commander probably is going to change a lot.
Gotcha.
But the troops can be locked. So during the seasons, you still have the same kind of troops. So you don't need to worry about the KVK. You go all in, something like that. It can really help a lot of things because I believe lots of teams just like us don't have that kind of power. So we have to be very creative to play the league with low troops.
Is it that 1903 has the hot?
I like the idea of locking the commanders though. I hate the fact that meta commanders can come in halfway through in a size league and teams with massive whales can max them straight away and that gives people an advantage. I hate that.
And it happens. It happens like clockwork. Happens like clockwork every single season.
Every single season.
You can almost
every single season. That is no fun.
Right before top 32, it always happens. It always happens. It's like clockwork. And then a team that could have maybe won just doesn't have. And it's like, oh god,
they don't have enough people to max that commander, or they've gone all in on the last set of commanders. Yeah, it sucks.
You know, just take the example from the last season when the Xeno come out in the middle of the playoff. That really changed a lot.
So I will say this: the only thing that I'm unsure about, I do like the idea of locking troops, but there would essentially be two different locks because when it's top 32 and you can shuffle your team around, you have to be able to unlock it. So then your troops might actually be unfit.
You just lock twice in the group stage and the playoff stage.
So your troops technically could still be affected, though. That's the thing. On the second lock, it might be affected. So that
we would have been screwed if they locked it on top 32.
Correct. So I think
each situation is the same. It's still a problem.
Yeah, because some people will go into Osiris League having no troops with
Exactly.
30k. So I think that you're right. Some form of lock is right, but I think having access to her ARK and all of heroes kind of fixes it.
Yeah, I like the idea that Groggy brought. I definitely like the lock idea, but I think it needs a little finagling. That way, maybe people that don't get unregistered keep their lock, and then maybe new people or there has to be a little finagle with that a little bit. But I do like the idea. I do like both of them. So we're gonna go up with the Kitty Cat Squad up next. We got our boy Thor. What's one thing that you want to see change for season 5, my friend?
Well, like everyone said, I think the troops is an issue for those that are in KVK while the competition is going. And the realms, by the next season, all bases will be part of like Horus or Anubis. So I don't know. I think they need to change completely the format of Osiris League for the next season. They can't really do realms
Yeah.
because the amount of teams will be massive for them.
I think I definitely agree with you. I think there needs to be some sort of mind shift where it's going away from.
Yeah, that's why we were saying about like pre-season, post-season, etc.
Exactly.
Because that will help more.
Yeah, and I've talked to him several times.
Said about the esports. I think the new mode, the Olympia mode, will be the esports for Lilith. There'll be more content there.
I like it. Okay, well, remind me. We're gonna bring that up at the very, very end because you actually aren't the first person. We talked about this. Groggy was there, and I talked about it with T-Law quite a bit. And we were talking about Clash of Clans and other games and how they do it and other esports.
They will probably do like a real ranking where you get trophies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the season, you got like a reward probably.
Yeah. I've been asking, I can tell you all for sure, for at least a year, I've been asking for a ladder system or some sort of ranking system because right now, I don't like the fact that regular ARK means absolutely nothing to a lot of teams. Like that bothers me.
The problem with ARK is that you have to take like an actual hour of your time plus practice. But this new mode is simpler and quicker, so that's why it has like more future, I think, for esports.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people were saying. They were like, "Dude, I've never seen an esport with 30 players." With 30, it's too much. Like
a lot of time to like prepare that.
Yeah.
So the new mode is very simple and it's very like in other games, you know, Call of Duty, etc.
I definitely want them to do something with ARK though, because right now it feels like it's in this weird ass place where it's super competitive. Once you get into top 32, and then before that, it feels like it's like Thor could fall asleep mid match. Dude, I heard of OV. I heard OV players were switching out 10 minutes in to get 10K for their alternates. And dude, I was just like,
that happened a lot in the group.
Yeah, they were playing against 300 mil power teams. And I'm just like, come on, guys. Like, they hadn't filled the entire 512 until literally 3 hours before registration.
Yeah, what happened with that is that you lose like a bit of your competitive level playing with those teams. Because you play like that for like 5 weeks, I think, with shitty teams as opponents. So
and it loses people's interest.
That lowers your gameplay.
Yeah, it lowers your interest, you know, because people want, like, we know we've all seen all those matches. I saw TR.
It's not dangerous, but you go from playing a 500 million team to playing OV, and there is like a drastic difference there.
Players.
It leads to complacency.
Yeah.
Yes.
What just happened here? I was playing a 500 million team like last week, and I'm playing OV tomorrow.
Yeah.
CD70 got 10K for all of its backups all the way up until that's how it was.
So I agree with y'all 100% because y'all are talking from a player's perspective. So I'm talking from a spectator perspective. You lose a lot of interest in watching ARK when all you know is that either teams aren't showing up or teams are losing 90,000 to 5,000. Like it ruins it ruins some of that dude. There was moments where literally Lambo can tell you I was doing straight meme casts because the combos, the rallies, everything was just so bad that we just had to laugh about it. Like it was one of those, like, it was no shot at any team. I'm not going to drop any names, but it was like we're seeing mixed rally. Lohar Garrison. I saw a Matilda Garrison. Okay. I saw mixed Eddie's rallies and Horus Realm. I'm like, guys, come on now. Like, it became a meme. It was funny at the time, but if you're trying to build up, the realms and the event and stuff like that, then yeah. I think Olympia, we'll talk about that here in a hot second. Let's get through everybody. Zev, I know that Sebo talked a lot about stuff that he would like. So I'm going to give you a couple of chances, not just one, because I know Sebo wanted to be with us, but it was like 3 a.m. for him. So what are a couple of things that y'all would like to see change next season?
I mentioned a bit, like, it's better to play as competitive as possible because, as we said before, we don't have another league. And we don't get to practice a lot because we cannot practice on weekends, as other guys mentioned. And I think it should be very easy to fix for them. So, and we want to try new things. We want to test new strategies. But the group stage, there's no way because it's too easy. Like, you just don't need to do anything. And even some teams in the top 32, it depends on which group you are, not as competitive because their division is not as difficult or something. So that definitely has to change. And after that, as I said before, we would like to play like more frequently and with more teams, also for all of us to get better, you know, to play against different teams and different styles. So that's why we would like to suggest having that like top 16 would be better probably. Everyone would play with each other, and then I think it would be more interesting to see who gets the most win and where your flaws are, what you do against a very offensive team, what you do against a defensive team, what you do against teams that focus on the middle, what you do against the teams focus on structures, or all those kind of things. So that's basically the main thing we would like to change.
Gotcha. All right, Zeus, you're up, brother. What's one thing you'd like to see change, brother?
I would love for testing accounts like the Koreans got for their Osiris League to be available to everyone. Yeah, I think you could get the perfect mid and building games going on if you got to test commanders before you actually had to invest in them. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So I know that will not happen. I can tell you that 100% because everybody getting a test account.
Likely
but,
not.
But hear me out. Hear me out. So when y'all have practice matches, here's the idea that I have, and it addresses your thing. Your practice matches allow for all commanders to be unlocked, all equipment to be unlocked, and then you can actually utilize testing. So like you would be able to select from the entire pool, be able to select your equipment, do all your stuff, as in. So similar to how when you're in Call of Duty or anything like that, when you're in a private match, you get to pull out custom game. You get to pull out any gun, any weapon, any attachment. It's the same thing, but in a practice match. So in a practice match, all commanders are available. All equipment is available. You get to test different combos.
If you add allowing us to do that on the weekend, it's perfect.
Yeah,
that's the big thing.
That's what I was aiming for. That would be perfect. It would be a game changer for a lot of teams, I think.
Good. All right, Lambo, you're up, brother. What's one thing you want to see changed?
So I'm going to go with something that nobody's said yet because I agree with most of the points that people have said, and I don't want to be repetitive. I think something that decreased the strategic element and changes that were made recently to how teleports work was
Please
bad.
change it back.
It needs to go back to how if you leave eight teleports for Pathfinder in the Obelisk, fine, okay, fine. But to be able to teleport when your troops are on the field removed a huge strategic element to the game. I mean, if you have the wrong person teleport up and your garrison captain is stuck back at the starting location, it can completely fuck an entire side of the map. And the strategy that was involved in planning those teleports and getting those troops into a structure or back home into a city or dead, so that you could teleport at your designated time was absolutely huge. But they dumbed the game down by allowing people to teleport while your troops are on the map.
Great.
Yep.
ARK or silent.
It's just leave.
Yeah. Anything like that, I think they need to bring more skill in, right?
Well, if they pull it back.
It added strategy too, though.
I think so too. I think it added strategy. There's no way Squad would be able to do what they did against SN if that wasn't available. And even Song teleporting against TR like last week, like they wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, they would. There was a belly stealing our obelisk because our garrison marched out for 15 seconds on it.
But they might not have. But maybe those three guys weren't able to teleport in.
Yeah, they have
right. You're running 150 marches out at the beginning of the match, and it's just as long to get back. I don't know if they would have been back in their city by the time. Because you could tell for song at least, it wasn't a play. Like, didn't they take it with a sound sauce? It was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was a play, yeah.
So it wasn't like a squad or whatever who pulled that play.
Yeah. Now before,
if in the old mode you needed to put the troops inside the building to teleport, I don't think the songs can actually TP to the TR side.
I think
it's gonna take a lot of time to organize all the troops on the field. Then you TP. That's gonna cost a lot.
Now let me preface this because there's A lot of people who think I don't like TR. I like TR. Okay. But I will say this, and I was there with Lambo, or Lambo commented, a lot of my members commented, y'all pulled off what most of us regard as the #1 mid play that I think we've ever seen. And I 100% am going to break it down, you know, later on in a future episode, but kudos to y'all. Dude, that was an insane play that y'all pulled against Song. It literally, if y'all haven't seen it, go check it out, whether it's on my cast, somebody else's. The play that they pulled with sneaky tactics was by far one of the smartest, most clever plays that I think I've seen in mid. And that is really what it comes down to. Like, Osiris League, people are pulling random shit out of, and it's nuts, some of the stuff that people are thinking of. And that by far was one of the smartest, most clever plays that I think I've ever seen. So shout out to TR, Planners, Van, to the crew. You know, y'all did a phenomenal job on that strat. That was insane.
Yeah. I think the new strats are newer this season, I think. The previous seasons, everyone kind of just stuck to what they knew. But people are getting less afraid to take risks now, which is good. It's good for the game.
All right, MKiz, you're up, brother. What's one thing you want to see, except for more Hamid Khan? What's up? Just shout it out. Oh, wait, hold on. Because Mad Phantom wanted me to ask. There's apparently some sort of fucking story about a spaceship that I'm supposed to ask you about. What's this spaceship story?
Hamid trying to park his spaceship in any girl's gates. If anyone is interested, please hit Hamid Khan up in game in PTOL.
All right.
Always interested.
Dude, oh, it's never a dull day. All right, MKiz, go up, brother. What's one thing you want to see removed changed next season?
Mine's a bit different. It's about this seeding. I think it should be a power cap on a player for, like, I don't know, 250 million, because you see GSB every season getting top 32 seed and just getting absolutely collapsed like every single season, and it's quite frustrating. So I think there should be something changed about that.
All right, Hova, you're up, brother. What you want to see changed?
Oh man, I mean, I don't want to echo what everyone said about teleports, but that's super annoying. And what Afro said in terms of all those song people teleporting, that definitely wouldn't be able to happen in their match, because I saw NGs and some of their marchers like sad facing home to them after they teleported. So obviously they were just out and about and they just plopped their city out, and that's kind of lame. Anyways, I would say, personally, I think it's kind of, I also think, I'm going to throw some hot takes. I also think it's kind of lame to have older accounts and older, commanders and older teams moving to newer realms and facing newer teams per se. Because that's just a huge disadvantage for the newer teams. If you think about all the reps, we've talked about reps so far, all the games that the older people have played, all the experience that they've racked up and facing the younger ones, that's just a huge disadvantage. So the thought of possibly adding a different structure to match up account ages, I don't even know how it would happen, but exploring some way to level out that balance would be really interesting.
Very interesting. Let me see. Who else did we miss? Lambo, did I get you, brother?
Yes.
Okay, dude. I'm trying to keep track. We got like 11 people in here, bro. I can't keep track. All right. Zeus, did I get you? Because you would be the last one that I think I'm not sure if I got.
You got me right.
Okay. All right. So the one thing that I want changed, and here it is, guys. I want y'all to give me some fucking casting tools. Okay. I love y'all, but give me some casting tools. Give me some shit to record. I want to see different things, because there's a lot of things, and I've talked with this about with Groggy and with a lot of other content creators, that they'll say stuff about, well, you didn't understand because you didn't see the troop movements, and I'm like, bro, there's no fucking tools for me to see the goddamn troop movements unless I set up 35 fucking cams. I'm not gonna see shit. So as an ARK planner, if I'm planning for an opponent, I want to go watch tape. Okay, I want tape to be able to watch. You know, I'm building y'all. I don't know if y'all saw, but I'm building something where it's like a repository of all the fucking casts that I've done because I can't take
words already.
Oh God. Oh Lambo. Y'all fucking suck. I love y'all though.
Don't listen to that Packers fan, man.
fucking cheeseheads. But yeah, no, it's one of those like there's so many planners out there that watch hours and hours and hours and hours of footage. And I felt really bad because I literally had people contacting me like, hey, do you have footage on these teams and on this team and on this team? And I'm kind of like, bro, at this point, you know, if you don't have as a planner resources like Call of Duty, you know, whoever, and I don't want to compare it to billion-dollar corporations. I'm just saying in general, if they're not recording the matches for people to go back and rewatch, I feel like that's a disadvantage because right now, if you are a very experienced team like OV, you have so many fucking casts on your team that you can pick out little tendencies. You can pick, because a lot of their teams haven't changed as much. So you can pick out tendencies, you can pick out shit like that. But for the unknowns like Song, I had people contacting me like, bro, do you have any matches with Song? Because we don't have any footage of it. And it's like, that I feel is a little unfair. So I want to see some sort of recording tools next season where it's kind of like, hey, an eagle eye vision, you know, vision looking down of where troop movements are moving or something where it allows an overall recording of the match where planners, strategists, anything like that could actually look down and be like, hey, you know what, this is what they did, this is how they did it, and be able to actually build strategy around it. You know, I think that's a very effective tool that's going to be needed in the future, especially for Olympia and all that kind of stuff. You're going to need like the fact, and I'll tell you all this. I build a, those of y'all who saw the ARK map that I built, that was I call it Eagle Vision, like where it's like looking directly down. I had to build that from fucking scratch because they don't have it. You know, the fact that that doesn't exist bothers me. You know, because I want to see where 150 marches from each team are going, because when you see them move simultaneously, you can see their tendencies. You can plan for it. You can do that kind of stuff. So, all right, before I get a little sus potato, because I'm already making another drink, let's move on. For those y'all who can already tell, goddamn, I'm right. Ooh, I can't feel my face. All right, I love it. Let me see. All right. Okay. So we went from one feature that y'all want to get removed from the Osiris League. Now I want to go one feature that y'all want to see added to the Osiris League next season. We're going to start from the bottom right because I have a feeling I'm not going to remember at a certain point where the fuck we're at. So we're going to start from the bottom right. And so we're going to start with our boy Thor. What's one thing you want to see added next season, my friend?
More skills, maybe. That would be nice.
Okay.
I think the format, like outside of the competition, is fine. Mm-hmm. Just maybe give more skills for different strategies. That would be helpful.
All right, Zev, what do you got, brother?
I think I agree on the more skills, but I also would like to see like the point reduction on some of the skills, so they can be used more often. It would make it more interesting, I guess.
Okay.
So I think before we started, somebody offered that like sneaky tactics is 5 points. It should be 4 points.
Yeah.
So you want more skill usage then?
Yeah, I think it would make it more interesting. Like some of the skills are only used in the middle fights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They need to increase more energy as well.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need to get more energy per minute as well.
Gotcha. So Zeus, what do you want, brother?
I'd love to see a little buff to gathering. I think they hit it with the nerf a little too hard. It's there's no team really good at gathering anymore. Well, they're good, but it doesn't give that many points anymore.
Okay. Lambo, what would you like to see, bud?
I mean, I'd like to see penalties for teams that don't show up for matches. You know?
Yes.
Not be giving people free shit for not showing
up. Me. Thank you, Jesus. Fuck. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Lambo. This is high octane content that we're looking for, Lambo. I absolutely want you to fry everybody every fucking week. You know, I appreciate you.
So,
All right.
But don't you need to rack up 10K in order to get anything?
Yeah, but that's not the point. The
No,
point. The
not
point.
anymore.
For individual rewards, yes.
But they're still racking
if
in.
If you want the max individual reward, you need those 10K points.
So Groggy, we had people that didn't show up in top 16 for week 1. They just literally got in top 16 and didn't fucking show up. We had 3 teams that literally no-showed in other realms, not in Horus, but in other realms that no-showed, and still racked in top 16 rewards just for that.
Yeah, okay. I know.
Because they were in KVK, so you could.
Dude, they, dude, a lot of people talk to Vin Diesel about fucking KVK. Talk to fucking Afro about KVK. I don't want to hear shit about fucking KVK. If you got to fucking heal, then heal. But you apparently showed up the week before and fucking obliterated another team, and then don't show up the next. Like, there's no fucking excuse. Like, if there's teams that are literally
there's a shit excuse for not showing up.
Yeah, if people are showing up and melting themselves and spending all their fucking healing speed ups, and there's no excuse for not showing up. And I love y'all, and I'm not gonna jab, and we're not gonna dive into it. Y'all know who we're talking about. I love my 307 people. you know, and I don't want it to become a bandwagon thing, but it's one of those things. Like, I love y'all. You know, I understand they overslept or whatever. You know, like I over fucking sleep all the time. But the thing is we're not gonna dive into that. But I think that no showing, period, and a story it's a little insulting to your competitors, you know, because at that point it's not group stage. You're not 300 mil showing up against OV who are 5 billion power. You know, you're in top 16. You literally are negating an opponent who you beat the week before from getting good rewards because you didn't show up. Like, I think there has to be, same thing with Lembo when he brought it up, there has to be a penalty for not showing up. Like, you're literally negating people from getting good rewards or decent rewards or better rewards because of that. And that's something we can talk about. But
your better half is making me laugh right now.
Oh shit, what did she do? Oh, bro. I don't even watch ROK, and I know y'all are talking about.
And if it comes down to net points to determine a tiebreaker, those no-shows or those oversleepings or whatever the fuck happened, that could be a determining factor. One team getting through and one team staying at home.
Okay, but let me
Didn't
be
happen in season 2 as well.
Yeah,
with Hoff.
Yep. And let me be real with you. The rules say, and if you go and read the rules, it's like it's almost the same as, and I don't want to drop names. We all know the fucking match that we're talking about, that both teams decided to fight for a draw. Okay. we're not going to drop names, fam. Okay. We all know. I know Lambo wants to drop it because he fucking despises, one of them. But let's be realistic. If you're not going to show or at least engage in battle in that, there should be the same fucking penalty for not showing up. If you don't show up for top 16, guess what? Either replace them with the ones that they lost with, or don't reward them any rewards, because they are literally fixing the matches. Like, there's people that are winning millions of Oryx because this teams didn't show up. Like, you're literally robbing people, of little things. So I don't want to dive down that, because I'm like Lambo. It pisses me off to high heaven because it just waters the shit out of this event. And I really, really do love this event. So, all right, Seneth, you're up, brother. What's one thing that you want added?
I think the skills, as I mentioned, is like something we definitely need, but it would be cool if they have like skills countering each other's skills, so it's not always the same basic skill sets that everyone uses on the ARK, and we may see a bunch of new variations within the team, so you can study your enemy and focus on countering their skills, for example. So it would be a bit more tactical on that part.
I like that. All right, Hofdad, you're up, brother.
Yeah, I mean they covered a bunch. I do a bunch of small changes that you can always fix from season to season, like being able to change your damn captain in the structure should be a little bit easier, if you're going through that chaos of fighting. Yeah. The starting screen delay that they have in the beginning of the game. Like, have it.
Okay. Real quick. I want to make sure, because not all of us were in that when it was happening. Can you explain exactly? You don't have to get super in detail, but what are you talking about when it comes to the starting screens and all that kind of stuff?
That screen you see at the beginning of the match, it's the same for us in the game, but it takes 20 seconds. There's no skip all.
And
like if you just put one.
Okay.
You're trying to call players into the game and stuff because the top teams are getting certain players in certain rows, right? So they're paying the ass trying to do that while you're skipping through freaking 10 screens of introduction.
So instead, it's like, all right, the first 3 get in, and it's like, all right, this player, and it's like whoever gets in first of those 3 can start calling out the order. And somebody accidentally clicks on it a second time, and it's another 20 seconds. It screws you up.
Great for casters, but removed it for the players.
Dang! Why do I feel the knife in my back right here? Dang!
All
right.
You should be able to change your equipment. You should be like something like the Shrine of Life is 10% healing. I would change that to something. There's all those little things in the game that you can make it a little bit more useful.
All right, Hoff Dad, we got Payton out here
just ignore him. Whatever he said.
Tell Hoff to chime in on my suggestion. I don't know what his suggestion was.
So Payton was more about having the coverage. Like allow the content creators to be able to cover certain realms a little bit more and create hype between each of the teams and the realms and all that stuff. Make it a little bit more fun to watch.
I like that. I'll actually bring that up on my point after we get through everybody. So Groggy, what's the one thing that you want changed for next season, brother?
The point about actually garrisoning the structure after you take it is a very big thing. I know Van can contest to this one, but having your garrison come out of the structure by fluke something they need to fix as well. That's happened to us many times during the Pirates League.
It's impossible to swap the captain sometimes.
And the last thing is, that introduction screen, I hated it because I didn't want people to know who my ARK runner was.
Affect the 3 troops that are in the middle.
I mean, people know who your ARK runners are, man.
If
you're any good at scouting, you know who the ARK runners are.
If you're playing against a team that can beat you, they know your ARK runner.
Yeah.
That's true. And believe it or not, this is actually a funny point, but Lambo will know this is why OV last season, I don't know about this season, I didn't we didn't cast too much of OV, but last season they constantly switched names, and it seems like a really stupid thing, but because they would focus down Wick so hard, they would literally have Wick 1, Wick 2, Wick 3, Wick 4.
It doesn't work, Bulba. I would find out in the first 2 minutes which one was actual Wick just by looking at his account.
But see,
so
here's
we knew who Wick was every game, no matter what his name was.
But see, here's the thing though. Teams that were smart would already know that, and they would literally there was times where I was just like, all right, Wick's gonna grab it, and Wick literally would come and tell me, he goes, dude, I was told not to grab the ARK, period, end of story. I was still going middle, but I was not grabbing the ARK because people would literally fixate on it. But they would still do it because at the time, you're seeing nothing but fucking marchers trying to grab the shit. You're just like, all right, somebody grabbed it. Let's fucking zero them out. They're not out there looking for commander IDs. They're just trying to zero people. And at that point, that's when he was like, dude, I didn't even touch the ARK this week. And I was like, what? And then Lambo was like, bro, he wasn't even there. And I was like, what? I felt like the dumbest caster in the world because I was out there like, oh, Wick. He's like, bro, he wasn't even fucking there. And I'm like, okay.
Wick's normally dead before the ARK pops anyway.
Yeah. Dang.
So Maru in chat is one of my planners, and we've got spotters in our team talking all the time. And it's hard for them to sometimes get in the match. It would be nice to have that as an option.
So that's why they don't do it. And I will tell you all that. That is why they don't do it. True. So there's a lot of people that always constantly ask me, hey, how do I get whitelisted? They don't whitelist for that specific reason. Okay. They don't whitelist because they don't want 35 fucking, and I'm just dropping Groggy because I'm looking at him because he looks hot as hell in this fucking, but he doesn't want 35 Smash Squad people overlooking. We used to call him Overwatch back in Osiris League 1, but it was basically a player that would just overlook the Eagle Vision the entire map and call out strats like, oh, they're coming top, they're coming bottom, they have this garrison, they have what, you know, they don't want 35 people doing that and giving somebody an advantage because, you know, and then getting blamed because this team had 10 people that were whitelisted, and then this other team that didn't know they could get whitelisted not get whitelisted. So they don't do it. Even content creators aren't getting whitelisted right now. So I can tell you right now, there are people, when Wick actually was casting with me last season, not this season, he didn't have his YouTube channel, he didn't have anything, and I had to contact the customer support and say, hey, because he was part of OV, they didn't want to whitelist him because they considered an unfair advantage. But I told him, I go, he's gonna cast with me, I need him to see the same shit that I'm seeing, or else it's gonna be weird because we're 30 seconds off, you know. So
who in this group's not using Overwatch though?
You what? Oh no,
I'd be surprised if these teams in this chat aren't using an Overwatch.
No, but I think there's an easy solution to that. For example, like every backup, every player registered as backup in a team can watch the match.
Okay.
So we would solve it, and every team has equal chance of having backups.
Right. So it's not.
I had no idea this was a thing because we never had our Overwatches knock it in. Is it really limited to the 200? I thought you could always watch your own alone.
Nope.
And a backup should be able to watch the match in case they have to come in. They know what's going on. They know
I think
that's it right there, Lambo. If you have these backups that want to come in the match, they gotta know. I mean, they're just listening to you on voice.
Exactly.
They have to know what they're coming into.
They gotta be there though, and that's why I know Van. You know, the backups can see it, but the backups gotta be on voice chat. They gotta be there.
Well, yeah, I mean, your backup quarterback may not get the reps during the week.
Correct.
But they got to be ready to come into the game, and they got to be understanding what the game plan is and involved in the game once they get in there.
All right. Oh shit. I think it's Groggy. Yeah, Groggy, you're up, brother. What's one thing you want to see added?
Oh, you got me already.
Oh, fuck me. All right, Afro, you're
another
up.
drink.
Hey. Did I get roasted on this fucking show? I might have to discontinue it. All right, Afro, you're up, brother. Oh, dude,
okay.
Dude, literally, look at this. Look at this right here. Watch. I want y'all to look at this. Look. The wife knows how fucked up I am. She's fucking bringing me a goddamn snack tray in here, bro. No. God damn. Oh, shit. I just dropped half the chips. Okay. Sorry. All right. Go ahead, Afro. You're up.
Oh, Bulbattalion.
So what's one thing you want added next season, Afro?
Some things may not easy to be done. For example, you add the fork systems into the game. So it's because right now, so everyone can see the other people's moving. For example, if I can see my opponents when they move to the middle, when they move to the buildings. But if you have the fork systems, you can just cover that up. That's gonna be a lot of surprise. You need to consistently to send troops or scouts to make sure the troops to track the opponents how they move, so you can just react or act, something like that.
Or the vision system from the new Olympia would be good, something like that.
Yes,
you can only see when your troops are.
Yes, but yes, that will be my ideas for. But it's gonna be a nightmare for the cast.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, see, so here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Okay. No. So I get what you're saying, but it actually isn't a nightmare. The thing is, if they have the proper tools, it actually isn't a nightmare. Now, for other people watching outside of casters, like, and this is where it comes back to the perfect scenario that I see is
because if someone actually work the match,
yes,
and they can see the whole pictures, that's gonna be some disadvantage.
Correct. And this is
for
where
the people who actually plays without the contact from outside, it can be good.
Yes, and that's where, okay, so Lilith always asks me for advice on, hey, how do we increase engagement? How do we bring more people into the cast? How do we, you know, and I'm all for it because I'm a content creator. I want to see the game grow. I want to see it boom. I want to see it, you know, pick up steam. Okay. But the thing is, right now, there is no feature that is exclusive to casters. There's no caster tools whatsoever. There's no way of taking off the UI because nobody gives a fuck about all the shit on the goddamn screen except for the score and the skills. That is all they care about. Okay. As a caster, if you clean that up and you tell me, hey, as a caster, you are going to be able to do eagle vision and look at all, like I can click a button and until it brings me all the way to the top, and I can see all the little movements. For most of y'all have watched NFL or, you know, football and EU, like when they do that and you can see players rotating and moving around, I want to see that. Like, I know it seems really dumb, but as a caster, it's very important for you to understand, you know, this is why this happened, because they overextended. You literally see a wall of marches move over to do this or to do that. It's very important. Now, do you want the entire audience to know that? No. That is a caster tool that should be exclusive to casters. And that is one thing that I guess I kind of jumped that gun in that point, but I want to see caster tools next season because that brings value to the cast. You know, when Drago or Chisco or, you know, me or whoever does a cast, and you can literally use a feature that nobody else can use as a spectator, that gives you an advantage, that gives you tools to tell a story that everyone always says, to tell a story on a match that people aren't gonna be able to see. You can't zoom out and see all the marches. You can't zoom out and see certain things. And that is what I want to see. I want to see caster tools as a caster, you know. But all right, Van, you're up, brother. What you want to see?
I want to see them shrink the map by 30%. All proportions of the map.
Do you want to see? Do you want to see 30% of the current map, or you want to see a new map?
No, current map's fine. I just think they should shrink it. You spend too much time marching in this game.
Okay.
And it's too hard to look around. So.
You could boost the entire map's march speed by 25% or something like that too. So
yeah, I'd still rather see them shrink the map so it's easier to look around from a spectator point of view as well.
That's a very good point.
So I'd rather they shrink the map instead of boost the march speed. And I just think you end up engaging in more battles then as well, and potentially changes the strategy a bit.
So,
makes it a bit more strategic.
Yeah, I agree. Because the map is because the map is too big, sometimes you just can't. Because if you play on the bottom side, you can't consistent to check on the top side of the map. You barely can check something. Yeah, it's which makes it harder to control the troops, to do what, to control the team, to do what you need to do.
I also want to see the speed of the rotations increase from mid to decrease from mid to structures, so that there's at the moment there's too much. It's harder to play both, and I think you can open up more strategies if the rotations between mid and structures are faster.
All right. If they go full on invitational rules, though, they would almost have to shrink the map. Because that game
it's way too slow.
Fucking slow.
Yeah.
I kind of like the really.
So I'd like to see that.
And y'all maybe, and I agree with Van. I think it really does. Like right now, I'll be honest with you. When I play Olympia, I feel like rotations feel really smooth. Like it's like you're rotating. I get the map is really small. I get that, but it involves more strategy when you're like, hey, we got to rotate here. We got to rotate here. We got to do this. We got to. I feel right now you're spending 35%, 40% of your match just fucking marching. Like you're not even fighting, you're just marching. And I think I definitely agree with you. Now Sebo did bring one suggestion,
and I would also nerf the farming. It's the opposite of someone said. I would nerf the farming again. I'd nerf the farming again.
You're out here killing JD out here, bro. He's Seven ain't having that.
I hate that there's people that just provision in the game. I think that's ridiculous. I think the provision should be something you do on the side.
I like that though.
Or in structures, but you shouldn't be provisioning the whole game.
I like
I would
it though.
nerf it again.
I think it becomes more of a spectator thing. I think you would have to do that because nobody wants to spectate the farming side.
Yeah. I think that should be part of any good strategy. Should have provisions, but I don't think it should be like. Yeah, I think it should just be something you do on the side to try and get extra points for close games. So it should be nerfed again, in my opinion.
So there's something I would like to add.
Go ahead.
And I'm surprised you never brought this up, Bulba. As much as I love playing Ark of Osiris, I love watching it, and the fact that 6 teams would play at the same time, it was really disappointing.
Oh, don't even get me started, bro. Dude, I've been talking to ask Lambo. I've literally brought this shit up every fucking week. Dude, the fact that and it pisses me off as a caster that I'm having to choose. Okay, I get that I need to have multiple accounts, whatever. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, Lambo's in every goddamn match, so I just get shit from him. But it pisses me off, even if as a whitelisted, that I'm coming from an NFL type background. Okay, so I love football. Okay, now the fact that I would have to create 15 different fucking accounts that aren't linked, because there's an idea that I had that I wanted to do, but I couldn't execute without having to make 30 fucking random ass unlinked accounts. That if you can do like a red zone type layout, okay, and for those of y'all who watch NFL football, you'll know what I'm talking about. Think of, okay, right now, if you look at all these guys on the screen and imagine that each one of these guys is a match in its own right. Okay, so we got TR versus Song on the top left, we got blah blah blah, and I click on the screen and it enlarges that match. Then I decrease it, then I increase the other one. Then, because right now we have so many times in the chat where I have people that are posting scores and I can't flip out without going in and losing them like easily, quickly. That drives me absolutely nuts, because right now there's so many matches. It doesn't make sense to me why there's, choose your time zone, and there's 5 fucking time zones, and there was literally 2, I could count on my hands, 2 fucking matches at 3 UTC and 5 fucking matches at 8 UTC the entire season, over all 4 realms. Okay, understand that there's over 1,000 matches getting played and there's 4 fucking casts. Like, that is stupid. And then you have 95% of your matches going at 15 UTC. It doesn't make sense. What's the point of fucking choosing a time if everybody gets played at the same goddamn time? So
I think the issue is the preference.
Mhm.
Like, I wouldn't want to play at 3 UTC. I would still pick 15 UTC, you know.
But they could have...
That's the universal time for it.
that could easily get fixed though. That could easily get fixed. Put it 13, 15, 17, and 19 UTC.
No,
and then you
there is
spread
a huge
everybody
difference
out.
between 13 and 15, you know. Like, I wouldn't play at 13. I have to play at 15.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, adding in that extra time slot at 17 allows the opportunity for teams, for us as casters or coverage or anything, where I want to cast as much as possible. Like the fact.
Remember, it's what the team chooses. I'm sure everyone will stick with the 15, even if you give them a 16 or 17.
I just think the time slots that they have right now are just stupid, because nobody is choosing the 2 early time slots except for Korean Kingdoms. You know, and that's the thing. There, out of what I want to say, 4,000 matches that were played, 5, literally, I can count on my hand, 5 were played at 8 UTC. Okay, 2 out of 4,000 matches, 2 were played at 3 UTC. Eliminate them. It's a fucking waste of time. There's content that isn't being made because you're overloading one time slot. Just make it 11, 13, 15, 17, and 9. Like, just block the shit out of all of them so that I can cast 5 matches. The difference between 8 and 11 isn't going to make that big of a difference.
Why even have the 2 hours in between?
Why not have it
1
every
hour?
Just do 1.5 hours in between. Do
I would
12,
check
13
1.5
and a half,
is
15,
fine.
16 and a half, and 18.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's just, I like what Groggy brought up though, but that's one of those things that I would always say, like, the timing right now is just dumb. Like, it doesn't make sense based on if they do the math. If we see next season and we see a 3 UTC and an 8 UTC, they didn't listen to anything. Because if you do the math on how many matches were played at 3 and 8 compared to the amount of matches that were played overall, it makes no sense. You know, and then you compare it to the 15 UTC that was played 90% of the matches. What?
They can mix it out with the regular ARK times because it overloads their server. This is something that they have said before.
That's fair.
Then change the times for regular ARK.
They can really do at 14 UTC because it concedes with the regular ARK. It will overload the server.
But wouldn't all the matches being played at the same damn time overload their servers?
No, but because it's 50 UTC and you have like, 12 games in Horus at that time. That's alright, that's not a lot.
Yeah, but those first matches where it's 512 in each realm, and 98% of them are the 13 and 15 UTC hour, wouldn't that just overload their server? So server shouldn't be the issue with them.
Well, I guess it's because there are way more games in the regular ARK than in the
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. I can agree with that. I can agree. I can understand that.
server is like Unity engine, I think, and it's like super easy to overload.
Okay. All right.
So,
Before I know we're gonna dive into this, and I kind of want to get into the next point because one of y'all actually brought it up, and fuck me, I'm sus potato, so forgive me. Somebody brought up brand new skills, so I actually want to get y'all's opinion. This isn't. You don't have to be super realistic about it. I don't expect y'all to give me percentages, and I don't expect that. Okay, I'm not asking that. What I want to know is what's one new skill that you would like created, and then something as a planner that you would like that would make the game a little more diverse. Okay, so we're gonna start at the top left. Let's go with Van. The crew that actually pulled out the sneaky tactics skill. I want to actually hear what's a skill that you would like, brother.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. I don't know what a new skill I would like, but I'd like half of the skills that are useless to be buffed, so that you can actually, like at the moment, there's like 10 skills that you would actually think about using, and another 8 that are just pointless. So it'd be nice to see those skills buffed. Like, they have all the stats on what skills are used and what aren't, right? So it's pretty easy for them to figure out which stats.
Here's the reason. Here's the reason I asked this question. The reason I asked this question is because I would say about 85 to 90% of the teams, even in top 16, use the same freaking skills. Yeah. And I mean the same skills. Like the fact that I saw TR pull. Yeah. No, it really isn't. The fact that I saw TR pull out sneaky tactics and I had never fucking seen that blew my mind. You know, and y'all laugh, but as an entertainer, as a caster, seeing new skills getting utilized and game planned, and that builds excitement for a game. Like I was beyond excited when I saw that. And that is why, like,
there's more variance this year.
Correct. I think that right now it's too complacent. I think it's like a Call of Duty meta where everybody has the same 2 guns, the same 5 perks, and I'm trying to get y'all to tell me, hey, I would like this where it is, and I'll give you an example. There's a skill that will lock the opponent's team for 45 seconds, and they cannot apply a skill for 45 seconds. It may be a dumb skill, but I'm just saying overall, I think it creates interest and game planning. Hey, in mid, we're gonna pop this skill. It won't allow them to pop to the death. So like, I'll give you an example. JWM versus 1AVG. I know that JWM popped their fucking to the death every single time in mid on the second rotation. So if I pop this skill and it allows them to not pop something for 45 seconds, you're directly counter-stratting against an opponent. So I'm not saying that that's a possibility. I'm just saying in general, as a planner, what would be a skill that you would like to see?
I think that one might be a bit OP. But, I mean, everyone uses the same 4 skills, right? Everyone uses War Drums, Mystical, To the Death, and Hard Push. And then the other 2 this season were different. Like, people were using Valiant Stand, people were using Bog Down, people were using Provision Skills. So there was a bit of variation this season. But it's still, you've only got 10 viable skills. So, I mean, maybe something like 15 seconds where you can freeze the other team's matches so you can try and get an ARK away. I don't know. Something like that, maybe.
It's called
free. So, you know that immobilize enemy.
Yeah, you can immobilize enemy for 15
for a
seconds.
certain period of time.
Well, fucking everything's on the goddamn table if you can fucking go invisible for what's the fucking goddamn perk again? The skill? What was it, Lambo?
2 minutes of invisibility.
2 minutes of fucking invisibility. Wow.
30% damage boost after you attack. Yeah.
So Bulba, before your show, I can't remember, Hova was asking him about it, and we asked the question: how many of us OL planners have talked about sneaky tactics as a possibility? And everybody was like, "Yeah, man, we've been practicing it for months," but none of us could find it viable until TR did it just last week. You know, we were trying though.
I'm telling you.
I think that was our 30th variation of sneaky tactics.
Hey, it fucking tactics, and it works so, dude. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how excited I was when I saw that. I was like, bro, I was about to punch my fucking screens in the face. All right, Afro, what do you got, brother? What do you want to see? Skill.
The skill that I would like to For example, something similar to the stick technique tactic, but something. For example, you have the 15th march in the field. You use the skills. It's make the copy, and you make to the 15 another one. But the new ones just colons. It can't attack. Yeah, it can't do any damage. But you can do some kind of distractions or diversions to use that kind of. So people don't know where you're gonna attack, which is the real one, which is the fake one, something like that.
I like it. Ghost marches. I love it.
I like that. All right, Groggy, what you got, bud?
So I'm not really adding a skill, but just a suggestion. Remember that show Wheel of Fortune?
Oh yeah.
So you remember at the final round, everybody would always use the same letters like R, S, T, L, N, and E. So maybe the 4 skills that everybody picks, the War Drums, Mystical Formations, To the Death, and Hard Push, maybe just make that a default and allow us to add like 5 more skills to our repertoire.
Yeah,
I like that too.
Oh, we need a process to.
Okay, I like that.
Or a rolling skill ban would be cool.
Yes.
So there's certain skills you can't use each week. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Random skill.
It's funny y'all actually brought that up. We won't touch on it, but I want to hear. Eventually, I want to hear from y'all. The idea that we brought was for it to be, if we wanted to eventually make it an esport, that I brought up was that they bring the invitational rules plus the ban and protect system. For those of y'all who watch League of Legends, it's essentially what I wanted, so that there's no crying about, oh, I don't have fucking Zenobia, I don't have. Like it's literally your game strategizing for your opponent. So we won't dive into that because we've already dove into that a ton. Hofdad, what's one that you want to see, bud?
Man, it's tough. Those are some good ideas. I think the more skills that you have, the more variance you can create in the game. So you could do maybe a bunch of 1 point skills that 1 point that gives you 10% counterattack. 1 point that gives you 10% health. A bunch of things that just throw all this variance in, because you're only limited to the amount of skills you can pick at the beginning of the game. If you throw a couple of those 1 pointers in there for big fights, you could change it in that one fight.
Gotcha.
So it's not always just those same Dame 4, like somebody had already said.
All right, Seneth, you're up, brother. What you got?
I think a cool approach would be to see what's the current meta and find something to counter it. Like, for example, many teams are playing on holding the ARK, so it would be great if Lilith comes up with anything, for example, to delay the ARK timer. Like, you could use it for both ways. If you want to push a lot of middle runs, you could use it to shorten the time you from the enemies. For example, they can't hold it for 15 minutes, let's say only like 7 or 6 minutes, so you force them to deliver it earlier.
There you go.
And by doing that, there would be a completely different game flow on the next season.
I like that.
I kind of like that, but I kind of hate it for small teams, because the small teams always struggle to compete in mid.
The small teams don't make it at top 32. I ain't fucking worried about it.
No. I mean, there's teams that are big enough, that are good enough, that might struggle in mid because of commanders, right, and gear. And I think that you have to have arc delays as a viable tactic for them. Otherwise, they can't compete.
They should add more skills to help these small teams who don't have the capability to fight in the middle.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just more people can participate for the arc. Not just for the big teams.
So here's my only rebuttal to that. We're talking about wanting more engagements, smaller map, better rotations, faster rotations, and then we're countering with, well, we need a viable tactic for people to be able to hold the ARK for fucking 35 minutes. It's like...
No, you still got engagements, though, when you're holding the ARK. The fights don't all have to happen in the middle.
Not when they're at the obelisk, just sitting there for 25 fucking minutes.
Yeah, but they still got 149 marches out fighting or in the rest of the structures and stuff.
I guess. Okay.
Just because there's no fighting in the mid doesn't mean there's no action in the game.
Gotcha. For me... the skill that I would want added is, let me see. Fuck me.
Small marches.
It's actually not a skill, but it inspired me, and I wanted to bring it up because I wanted to see. Well, eventually, we'll answer this one. I actually want them to bring. Y'all know the healing spots for fucking Olympia. I actually want them to bring that shit into ARK. On certain structures, I want them to be, because there's so many times where we have 85 fucking marches going backwards because they're half dead, and instead of having like a heal node that maybe I don't know whether you're leading in points per minute or whatever it is that you can go and heal, I think there needs to be some sort of healing skill that will allow you in the middle of the game, or a tile or a dynamic element per se, like Olympia, that will switch between teams to allow you to heal. I think will actually change the dynamic and the flow of what a match is going through. Instead of going all backwards, we're going to the regroup spot to go heal together and then push forward. Or I think that's something. I think that's something that will add a new dynamic and a new strategy to the game. So that's what I would say.
There's a lot of teams that move mid, I think, sometimes too early, right? And they move in with half marches. And if you go early, you can go to that heal spot and do exactly what you're saying. Be a benefit.
And so I will bring this up because Sebo wanted me to just bring it up. He honestly thought that adding in, y'all know where the structure is.
Shrine of Wars actually heal, not boost.
Oh, there you go. There you go. AB to Beast, make the Shrine of War actually heal, not boost. Where y'all know where OV or V636, where they're a champion, that he actually suggested that they open those up and make pathways for marches to come through the sides, because he thinks that it would actually add a new dynamic to when you're reinforcing, not having to come through top or coming through bottom. Like you can come through mid. It brings new approaches where people would be able to. So if they split that side rail, y'all know the little alleyway, and you split that up and let people come through the middle, it'll change that dynamic a little bit. So that's something he brought up. MKiss, what do you think, brother?
I thought it was something similar to hard push, but for building, like you could get on your building, like when the enemy is about to take it, increases the time for them to take the kit and start generating points for themselves.
Ooh.
So you get like defense from the building or whatever, the hard push, and then you get like
that's what I
increase.
thought.
A counter, I like it. All right, Hova, you're up, brother.
I will say, so basically mine would be changing Hurl Stone into a more kind of like Rain of Arrows type of ordeal with an AoE and continuous damage.
Archer gang, love it.
Essentially,
actually it's the best.
You could use it on defending an altar. Your altar is being swarmed. You could drop it on that and just murk continuous damage on all the swarmers. I mean, Hurl Stone, you just can't use that.
I like it.
It's just.
I like it. All right, Lambo, you're up, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I like the immobilize. Immobilize armies not in combat for a period of time. Whether it's 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever the case may be. And then Hova made me start thinking here also. Maybe a 2-minute buff on a specific unit type. Buff all archers for 2 minutes. Buff all infantry for 2 minutes.
Ooh, I like that.
That would add a new element and add a different tactic to the game.
Variance, man.
All right, very interesting. I think
for all of these ideas to be good, they still need to increase the energy, though. Like, you just don't get enough energy to pop enough skills.
100%. 100%.
Especially if you add all the smaller ones. I agree.
I think definitely if they increase it, it'll make the game mode more lively. Because I think right
the
now
skills add a lot of dynamics to the game, but you can't pop them enough at the moment.
Exactly, and I think right now,
in the current meta, you're just holding energy points for mid battles at the moment.
You're holding for mid, and then fucking 15 skills get popped, and you're just like,
the same skills though. I mean, like you're holding it to pop.
Unless you're
Everyone's
TR.
holding it to pop to the death, war drums, and mystical, which is why I'd love to see a ban and protect on to the death and see what skills people use in the middle.
I want to see ban and protect on everything, not just skills. Zeus, you're up, brother.
They could just add some skills which cost nothing, some randomly. For example, the 5 minutes period, you have 10% the archers attack and decrease 10% health for the infantry, something like that. And change it every 5 minutes. to make it the much more randomly.
I like that. So skills that are
Maybe
based more on
like
time than
first
energy.
Either work for both teams, not just for one side. So you have to choose what you're gonna send to the middle. You have to make a change, something like that.
Okay, so
as long as they let you change equipment in the middle of the game. And they sort the fucking equipment presets out so they work properly.
Okay. All right, Zeus, you're up, brother.
Yeah, I completely agreed with MKis. There's 2 skills now, I think, that reduce the time to occupy structure, but there's not a single skill to counter that. I think it's important that there's a counter for everything.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Zev, you're up, brother. I know you want more provisions, but what's going on?
No. I think the current provision points are fine for us.
All right.
Honestly, I agree with a lot of things, but I won't say I think there should be a lot of skills for countering the current skills, but you should be able to choose only one. For example, either you're gonna use to the death, or there will be a skill which will make to the death obsolete. You can choose that one, and it will be kind of a gamble. You would assume that your enemy will use to the death, so you would choose the counter skill, and if they also have counter skill, then no one actually uses to the death, or both uses to the death. I think if there is a counter skill for every skill and you can choose either one of them, it would add extra element, and also it would make it better for the teams. I think all top 32 do that, but it would make it better for the teams that prepares for their opponent very well.
I like that. I actually like that a lot, because it goes back to where y'all were talking about ban and protect, but it's not necessarily a phase where you're having to pick and choose. It's just, hey, you either want to the death or heaven's grace. That is it. You get to choose one or the other. Do you want war drums, or do you want, and that's where it comes back to y'all, where it's like, choose that each one has to have a counter. Do you want the offensive strat? Do you want the defensive strat? Do you want all offense? Do you want all I think it adds a nice variation. So I do like that. I do like that suggestion, Zev.
What AB the Beast just said in chat too is pretty amazing.
Let me see.
Change everything in the game if you could ban commanders at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, we
say you get to ban 2 commanders. Ooh.
Oh, I build graphics. I build
Bulba with ban Belisarius.
Yes. Y'all laugh, but dude, fucking TR capped 6 arcs in 2 weeks with fucking Belisarius. Come on, bro. Come at me, bitch. But yeah, no, I suggested that they do the invitational with the ban and protect. That way you can ban either commanders or pieces of equipment, and then you would do that the day before. So do it 30 minutes or whatever it is. You would have a rolling clock. I build graphics and shit for it, where it was hey, we know that John uses CC. I don't know. We're gonna ban CC so that their start slow, come out the gates. We're gonna ban Zenobia. We're gonna protect Attila. We're gonna, it creates so that every single match is different. But you can never say that one team has a commander advantage, because guess what? They are all unlocked. If you didn't prepare for your team and you don't know what their tendencies are, guess what? You're gonna eat rocks. You're gonna be kicking rocks, because you don't know that John uses this, or that they garrison with nothing but Zenobia. Because what I'm worried about is I'm worried that if you do invitational rules with no ban and protect, that everybody's gonna run the same 5 marches over and over and over, and it just becomes boring. When I covered the invitational, when I saw 60 Attila Takedas on the field, and then saw 60 fucking, of the same shit over, it just becomes really, really boring. And I think that creates a different dynamic where you can strat against your opponent, and you know that they use nothing but Guan for rallies. I don't know. And you ban a Guan out, then that forces them to use an Attila, or forces them to use a Ramses, or forces them to switch their dynamic up that they might not otherwise have had to switch. So that's just an idea that we threw out. But I want to get to Thor. Thor, what's the one thing that you want a new skill?
That's kind of cool, but I think it's also a cool thing to ban skills, for example.
You can. It would be ban and protect for everything. It wouldn't be just for.
Yeah, that would be great, I think. A lot of variety then.
All right, Thor.
I would keep more the same melodies. probably adding personal skills, like in OL, like in Olympia. You know?
Okay.
If you have like personal skill, like march speed or I don't know, something like that.
Okay. So he wants to add
You know,
dynamics for personal player. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, that would be really cool, actually.
That would actually be now. I would be a little worried because in
That's
Olympia
like
we
on top of the current alliance skills, you know, like something for you personal.
okay. I do like that suggestion. The only worry that I have is there's 60 players and compared to
But
10.
if we look at the last mail, face to face with the developers, I think they are focusing more on KVK now than
Yeah. But I will tell y'all, well, I can't give y'all explicit stuff, okay? Because I have my NDA. But some of the stuff that y'all been talking about for Olympia, competitive wise, I can confirm at least one of them is actually getting worked on. So
yeah, Olympia is definitely going to be the game for.
Yeah. So while I can't actually, but the good thing is if they're already doing it for Olympia, they're building systems that can then cross over into other events. And that's what I'm trying to get across is when people are telling me, hey, I wish we could have this and this and this. With India, I can't actually tell y'all, but I can tell y'all that it is one of the things that y'all keep asking for is actively.
Yeah, but you can smile though.
It is okay. Well, I can't smile. It is the number one thing. I literally said it 5. You can ask Chiss. I sent him a big ass, long ass list of shit that they needed to fix when we did the beta testing. And the number one thing that I told them they need to fix is the one thing that they're actually fixing. So, and y'all have said it. Groggy, I know I've heard say it.
Heart coup.
All right, Liquid, I appreciate it. The number one thing that y'all been asking for Olympia is one of the things that's getting worked on. So if you think it's the biggest thing, it's the thing that's getting worked on. Okay, so I will confirm that, but I won't say exactly what it is. All right, let's move on. This is Lambo's hot topic, baby. So we're gonna start from the bottom right. Impacts, and this was actually his question. Impacts of a separate Korean league on community and the regular league playoffs. So do y'all think there's a positive impact, negative impact? Kind of what's your opinion on the Koreans having their own Osiris League? We'll start with Thor.
Well, it's basically they are unlimited. We can't really do anything about it. They still can practice 14 UTC maybe because it's like after dinner. They are all together at that time. They already have the advantage. So I don't know if we could do anything about that in the international kingdoms. I doubt it. So I guess it's fine. It's good that they have it.
What about having a $40,000 prize pool for fucking regular for our
it's financed by the Korean community. It's not financed by.
No, it's financed by Lilith, my friend.
Yeah, but it's Korean Lilith. You know, like we would need to talk to the American people or European. I don't know. It's not really about us, you know.
I can kind of see that. I think if you're investing that kind of money into one particular league,
it's like if you have a county, and that county does this, the other county might not do that. Yeah.
I got you. Okay. All right, Zav, you're up.
I think it definitely gives them advantage. You know, they're more competitive, they have better chemistry than many teams. We have seen that perfectly against JST. They played amazing, honestly. And I think like there are like two simple solutions to that, as many people mentioned before. One, we should be able to practice on weekends, and two, we should be able to have cross-kingdom practice matches, because that's the only way we can catch up. Like, you know, it doesn't have to have any rewards or anything, like nothing. But if we can play, like, it's one of the reasons why we came to 1052 right now, to be able to play with OV practice matches, you know, because when you don't play that level, when you don't play at that level often, you're not getting any better. If you have any flaws, you don't actually see it because you're playing against easy teams, and then you think that maybe things are working perfectly, but they're not actually working as perfect as you think. So I think if we get that too, it would help us a lot. Maybe we can actually compete in better situation, I think.
All right, Zeus. What's your
Yeah,
opinion
I
about
think we all agree here that they get an advantage, and you know, I wouldn't know what to do about it, honestly. You know, I also think it's really annoying. They get like JST, they play at I think 13 o'clock, their Korean Osiris League, and then they play at 15. Yeah, the normal Osiris League, and I think they get basically a warm-up match. So, you know, I think that's a bad thing.
I agree. Lambo, it's your time to shine, brother. We got it. All right, let's do it. All right, let it all out, brother. Let it all out.
I think I beat a dead horse every single week for the past how many weeks about the Korean League, right? It's a huge advantage. They get an extra match against top tier competition to practice at. It's basically would be a practice match, right?
Yeah.
They get invitational rules. They get to test commander pairings out more than any of our other teams do, right? There's a 40, regardless of the $40,000, it doesn't matter. You know, fine, let them have it. But you know, I think at the end of the day, the worst thing that I see here is it's going to it could potentially divide the community. We've already seen people complaining, oh, the Koreans invaded our kingdom and they want everyone who's not Korean to leave. You know, just imagine what would happen if that started happening in kingdom after kingdom after kingdom, whether it's Americans invading a server or French invading a server. Well, the French don't invade much of anything. The Chinese invading a server, or, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, it's gonna divide the kingdom by geographical location, and it's not gonna build an international community.
Yeah.
All right, Senneth, you're up, brother.
I think I'm kind of split. Like, I like the idea of giving people the option to actually practice and stuff if they are playing on a high level ARK, or in general. I think it's a good thing to allow people to practice that much. And but I think, like as mentioned before, if only a small amount of teams or alliances is able to practice more, to have more matches on a high level, to have access to the invitational rules, that's like kind of screwing the competition in the current ARK League we are in.
So I'm gonna touch back, and it kind of wraps around in mine. It wraps around with what we've been talking about, where y'all want to see where it's kind of a regular season plus a playoff season. So for those of y'all who don't know, the Korean League is handpicked. So they go and handpick the best Korean teams out there, and they put them in the top 32. They then give them invitational rules. They have their own prize. They have their own whatever, their own draw show. Okay. And I know for those of y'all who are playing, it doesn't make a damn difference to y'all. But as casters, as content creators, it makes a big difference. You know, it's a huge production drop from the Korean League to our league. There's a massive production drop. Okay, they have live draw shows. They have, you know, there's actual built out segments for that.
Hot broadcasters.
You know what, Lambo? Okay, you know what? I'll tie my fucking shirt up for you next season. God dang, bro. I'm sorry I'm not as sexy as you need me to be. All right, I'll work out. I'll do some crunches for you. But it's one of those things that it's just, I really, really do feel like it creates, like Lambo was saying, a divide, because you're seeing such phenomenal production value coming from one that has a live prize pool. And I know some of y'all may not give a shit about the prize pool because most of y'all make more money than God. But to other teams and other realms that may not do that or may not have that, it means something. You know, we're out here competing for 20 gold heads, and they're competing out there for live cash. Like a lot, like I get it. Like some people spend and do whatever, but at the same thing, it just doesn't look the same. You know, it doesn't appear the same. It doesn't have the same production value. And while on the other side in marketing, I totally understand and totally agree, because if there's one market you're trying to break into to test to see if it would be a good esport, it is Korea. And I have said that nonstop over and over and over again. If you break into a Korean market, you are giving yourself an advantage because of that. Okay. So while I can agree with that, I don't agree with there being separate rewards, separate, casting tools, separate, access to commanders. Like, if you're going to do that, then do that across the fucking board. I can tell you off the hand, probably not the exact top 32, maybe like the top 50 or the top 55 or whatever it is of the ARK teams that are almost going to be guaranteed to be in top 32. And now whether you want to, I don't want you to whittle them down because there's always room for excitement and stuff like that. But it's almost consistently in Horus the same teams that make top 32 over a portion of seasons. So can you do that and do the same format as Korean Osiris League? Yeah, 100%. But that's all I'll say about that. I just think there needs to be some sort of continuity between the leagues because right now there is zero continuity. They get all the commanders, they get new rules, they get new prizes, they get new time slots, they get more time slots. There's potential for them to earn double rewards. There's so many separations that it doesn't feel like the same game. It feels like they're playing a whole fucking game on their own. So I'll keep that on itself. MKiz, what's up, brother?
Completely agree with it as well. It creates a divide in the community, and like the whole production of Korean Osiris League is so much better with like the draws that you get live. Like,
yep,
that can be really exciting for your team.
Yep.
To be having a live draw and see who you play in that round. Like, I think it creates a divide and it shouldn't really be happening.
All right, Hova, you're up, brother.
Yeah, I think I want to mimic a little bit of what was said in terms of the extra reps and how that gives them an advantage. But I do feel that we, as in the international community, is a little bit jealous of how that's set up. And that's not bad to be jealous because the Korean Osiris League is just so much better than our Osiris League. So I think it would be a bad thing to do if we just took it away because it's a good thing. And like you said before, MCats, about the draw and everything like that, like everyone in JST is hanging out together probably in someone's having a grill or someone, and during the draw show, and you get to hang out with your team and do all that fun stuff, and maybe we can have an American Osiris League and I destroy Thor in that, Who really? But I'm indifferent. I do think it gives them more reps, which is an advantage, but I don't want it to go away.
I agree. All right, Hofdad, you're up, brother. I don't know if you may not know too much about it because I know y'all were in Sobek, but kind of have you heard anything about the Korean Osiris League?
Yeah, and the team we played last, I think, was one of the Korean teams,
okay.
And I had them scouted. We had plenty of video on it, and we had the same thing, but playing at 13 UTC and then playing in 15 UTC is a huge advantage. You just got done playing. But yeah, I mean, I definitely saw a different team, man. Okay. It was an advantage for sure.
I like that.
But it's a good idea. I mean, I'm totally down with the whole idea of it. It just gives them too much of an advantage. You have to change something.
All right, Groggy, you're up, my friend.
Well, we know why Lilith is doing it. It's always about money. It's always about making more money and making more exposure.
It's a business.
It is. Is there a way that they can somehow help the international community to have more competitive ARK? If they're able to do that, I think it'll be all good.
All right. Let me see. Afro, you're up.
I would agree to the rest of the people, rest of the peoples, because the Koreans league, they definitely had more advantage over us. Because they have the more practice, so they can just do much better if we have the same advantage like us do ARK every week, you certainly can even a lot of things. But because I kind of know why they put a separate league in the Koreans, it's probably gonna mess up your final points about the esports. Because in Koreans, the esports industries, they kind of have about 20 years already. So the leagues over there is just part of the esport for stream, for promote the game from the league's perspective. But for rest of the community like us, it certainly is not fair. I would say that.
I agree. All right, Van, you're up, brother.
I love what they're doing with the Korean Association League, man. Just watching it, I think it's awesome. I just think that it's just a pity that they can't. They have done 2 seasons already without expanding it further. I think that what they're doing in the Korean space is great for the game. Like the way that they broadcast it and everything like that. I think it's awesome. But it's just shit for us that miss out on it. Like, I don't give a crap about the rewards. Like, I disagree. I don't think the rewards mean anything. Like, our team would still play a science league with no rewards. You just go out there to win, you know? And it's just such a massive advantage. I mean, there's like the amount that, having done top 32 multiple seasons now, like the amount that you improve in the top 32 game, in the top 16, top 8, top 4 game is immeasurable compared to normal ARCs. So I just think that, you know, in that top 32, top 16 environment, when you're playing such competitive teams and under pressure like that, that you learn so much about your team and your players.
So let me ask you all
can't
this.
replace that with normal ARCs.
I don't want to get super opinionated in this one for this question. I just kind of wanted yes and a no. That way we kind of get a feel of what it is. If you do need to, then I just want to keep this one short. So from what y'all are saying, you want it competitive. We want that kind of stuff. We know that they handpick the alliances, all that kind of stuff. Would you be down to do a similar format with top 32, with them picking top 32, not your registering? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they're going, you know what, Ovi has won 2 championship out of 3. We're adding them. We're gonna add K374. We're adding TR. We're adding PTOL. Would y'all want that format over the 512 team format? And it's just kind of a yes and a no. You know, if y'all want to, we can expand on it, but I just kind of want to get y'all's feel on, because right now the Korean gets handpicked. It gets handpicked. It's not, oh, well, their record or there's just like, you know what? They're number one. They're one of the top teams. We're going to pick them. So would y'all be down for a format that is a hand-picked top 32 from Lilith to compete for a bigger prize pool, knowing that your team may not get picked? And this is the one thing you got to understand. So we'll start with Zev. What do you think? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Zeus?
Yeah, my team wouldn't get picked, so no.
Okay. Lambo?
Yeah.
No. I don't think it's fair to the rest of the team.
Okay. So Lambo?
It depends how they're doing the pick. Are they picking from the 4 different realms? Are they picking only from one realm? You know, I mean, there's so many variables there with the number of international teams that there are and quality international teams that there are, that some would get left on the sideline. So I mean, I guess I would have to see it.
Okay. Here, let me. You actually brought up a great point. So if they split it into different realms and chose top 32, would y'all be for it? It's you're essentially bypassing the qualifier section of it, and it's skipping directly into top 32 for 4 realms. Would y'all be down for it?
4 realms? No.
Okay. Seneth?
No, not the way you're describing it.
Okay. So everybody's a no on that one. Let me see.
Yeah, I would be a no as well.
Okay.
I would be a no.
You got to have a qualification of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me, dog.
No worries. Hey, I'm just trying to get a feel, because right now the Korean is getting hand selected. You know, I get that there's only a certain number of Korean alliances. I totally get that. I'm just talking about, you know, whether it's because right now we're talking about the competitive not being there in group stages, or not in group stages, in qualifiers. And you're essentially bypassing that aspect of it to get to the nitty gritty where we can constantly turn more Osiris Leagues over because we're not spending 2.5 months on an event, that we could probably cut down the winners in about a month. You know what I mean? And that's where I was just trying to get a feel on that part. All right.
I think Lilith is just doing testing now. I don't think that you would ever a season where it's just handpicked. I mean, the idea they had, this group had at the beginning of it all was like a regular season, and then you had kind of an MMR where you could choose that top 32. I could see that, you know, making the top 32 and choosing that. But just randomly grabbing top 32, I don't think is very fair.
Okay, I can agree with that. All right, last question, ladies and gentlemen. The topic that we are going to talk about: can Osiris League become an esport? And this is one that
quoted Amazon. No.
All right. Can Osiris League
get out of here, man?
Can Osiris League become an esport? We're gonna talk about if you want to say yes or no, and then kind of give a reason for it. This is gonna be the final topic. We can talk about it, do all that kind of stuff. We are gonna talk with Ben first. So you're up, brother.
Probably not. I think the Olympia is the way forward for them if they want to create an esport out of this game.
All right. Afro.
And for the international community, I don't think so, because just back to the Korean community, because they already have the industry's development for the 20 years, so these kinds of things can be very easily to run in that country. But for the internationals, you gonna need a lot of things to build, like audience, TV, sponsors, all kinds of things to make it sure it can be an esport. From my perspective, I just don't see it could happen very soon.
Okay.
So I would say no.
All right, Groggy.
From what I gather with esports, you know, you're always on a level playing field, and for that fact, I don't think it can, because you know this game is, you're getting equipment, you're building commanders, you're taking pride in your inventory that you have, and you want to play with it. So I don't think it would work as an esport for Ark of Osiris.
All right, Hofdad, you're up, brother.
I mean, I'll say yes, and not because Amazon always says no. Aiden, just so you know. No, it has potential. I don't know if the esport that would become of this game would be the same that we're playing today. It would need a lot of work, but I think the potential's there. I mean, I don't know how you would do 30 on 30, all those different questions, but it's fun. I mean, there's a reason that the content creators want to put this on their channels. You know, it is fun to watch. There's a lot of strategy. I think if you open up the variance in those strategies and make it fun to watch, like TR's sneaky tactics, you know, movements and stuff like that, yeah, sure. I think you could make it an esport. Just would need some work.
Okay. Over?
Yeah, I'm going to go with a no. Just personally, I don't think that Lil could make that into an esport. It's just way too much sway into the pay-to-win side of Rise of Kingdoms.
MKiz, you're up, brother.
Yeah, I agree with Van. I think if anything's going to be an esport, it would be Olympia. And quickly before I forget, I want to give a shout out to Hate Horseplay, because he does a lot of the planning for people that couldn't make it tonight.
I'm seeing a rolling trend here, and I love it. You gotta be, if you're a content creator, you better hop on that fucking train super fast, because I kind of agree with you. Okay, y'all know me. I love art. I love it. I love it to my core. I built a channel on that. But the idea of having 60 players compete in an online format of all things, you know, regardless, and I know Lambo's kind of brought it up a couple of times, in an online environment where ping and other aspects come into fruition for actual money and rewards and stuff, I feel like that lends to a competitive advantage in some sort of aspect when it comes to, you know, whatever you want to say it is. You know, it just, if it's not the commanders, then it's the environment. You know, there's too many aspects that cannot be solved. Well, the alternative is Olympia that has 5-on-5. It is a 10-minute match. It is very, very easily repeatable. You know, the one thing that I will say about Olympia that I do not like, and they will need to fix 100%, is I do not like the fact of commander difference, equipment difference. You know, if you're going to make it an esport, it needs to be fair game. You know, I get that people spend money, whatever it is, but it has to be fair, or else it just isn't going to be an esport. People aren't going to sign up to get absolutely anal blasted by, you know, a bunch of fucking XYs running around and you're running out here with Pelagius. You know what I mean? It's just not, it's not going to happen. So I agree that the format for Olympia is way better suited for Osiris or for esports, but I would love the opportunity for them to be able to kind of create their own path and figuring out a way to possibly do an ARK esport, because there isn't anything in there. The space isn't there. You know, everybody, like they said, is a 5v5. It's Call of Duty, it's CSGO, it's always 5v5. I would love to see a large format and somebody kind of break into that space of large format competing. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying I would love for somebody to be a first to break into that. So that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, the 5v5 is what everybody does. So it's something different.
It's something different, and I just want something like you're doing something different. Your movement system is something that was completely unknown to the mobile space. You have ARK mode that is now getting duplicated by other people. To say that it isn't possible, it's literally a game that was built on stuff that was not done before. So would I love to say no, it wouldn't, you know, of course, but at the same point, I would like to see something that is different outside of esports that is a 5v5. I think there's potential to be massive across multiple game modes in this game and make lots of money. Now, are you going to piss people off? You're going to piss people off. Like, they're spending good money to get these commanders, but at the same token, they're probably more focused on KVK than Champions of Olympia. You know, most people are playing it for fun. They're not playing it for, oh shit, there's a $20,000 prize pool, which I will tell y'all is one of the suggestions I made, that they do like a weekly ladder climb event where top 20 or top 25 or whatever it is, where you register a team, you grind the shit out of that Olympia thing and rise up in the ladder, like ladder climb type events each weekend where, you know, I don't know if most of y'all play Call of Duty, but Call of Duty used to do it where it was like clan versus clan. It was like race, and it was a couple of years back, but you would race each weekend to get to number 1 or number 2, and you would get rewards for it. I think that's the same concept competitive wise. If you have a ladder, elo system, whatever you want to call it, where right now we're playing casual, we're playing matches, but on the weekend you're grinding the shit out of it to get up to get 25,000 gems or to get whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. It's just a prize pool. So, all right, Zenith, you're up, brother.
I think the potential is definitely there, but as long as Lilith is, not putting it on equal ground, I don't see it happening. To be honest, like I don't see Lilith, getting us an equal ground on ARK, due to already mentioned things like they want to earn money, they are a company, a business, and I get their ideas behind it. But I think on the other side, like if they would consider what effects or which side effects could happen after becoming an esport or a more competitive game, I think it will also draw more attention on it, and you potentially get more people to spend on other events like KVK and stuff. So I think it wouldn't be that bad if they at least consider it for certain game modes like ARK or Olympia or whatever.
All right, Lambo, you're up, brother.
So, I mean, in order for ARK to become an esport, the playing field would have to be level. What does that mean? That means invitational rules. That means teams would have to get sponsored so that they could fly to all at the same location and play on the same network. That would remove the latency. That would remove the lag. Every single player on that 30-player team would have to be using the exact same device. You know, that would remove supercomputers, iPad Pros, you know, Galaxy S7s, the billions of different devices that can currently be used out of the equation. The playing field would have to be level with hardware, network, location, all that. And I just don't see that being feasible at this time unless this game grows tremendously where sponsors want to pick up teams like the big time top 4 teams, your songs, your OVs, your whatever the case may be, your TRs, whoever it is.
Said CD70.
Pick us up, right? Fucking Van out here, sponsored by TSM. Congratulations, right? It's like, god damn. All right, Zeus, you're up, brother.
I wouldn't know. I've never gotten into esports at all.
No worries. Hey, no worries. All right, Zev, you're up, my friend.
As everyone mentioned, I don't think it's possible, but I would like to play it if it was possible, of course. I would like it very much, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay, so out of a show of hands, how many of y'all are really into Olympia? Let me see. Let's start with top left, because y'all are telling me that Olympia is the way to go. I know y'all are ARK planners, but I wanna know how much time. You don't have to know. You don't have to tell me time. I just want to know: are y'all as invested into Olympia as you would, thinking what y'all are thinking? Because I know we're all kind of thinking the same thing, that the way of the future is going to be Olympia. Are y'all planning? You not personally. I'm just saying, you as a planner, would you be more invested in the future into Olympia or into ARK? So I'm gonna start with Van.
What was that?
So are you personally, because of I know it's late for a lot of y'all, so I'm trying to wrap it up real quick. Because
sorry, man, I just got some audio issues there. My headphones fell out.
You're good, brother. So the big conversational issue right now, because we're talking about esports, is the division between, they introduced Olympia, which a lot of people consider to be the future if they are going to do esports, compared to ARK. So my idea, because we have a bunch of ARK planners in here, is it something that at some point y'all are going to consider trying to plan for Olympia as opposed to ARK? Is it something that you see a viable switch between the two?
I don't know. I still enjoy ARK more at the moment. I think that Olympia's got a lot of work before it becomes the very game mode, but we'll see.
Okay. All right.
I mean, yeah, I'd see myself doing both, probably, to be honest.
Could you see yourself investing more time into Olympia and into ARK?
I mean, if Olympia became an esport, then 100% I would, yeah. If the competition, if it got to a point where you were competing, like, properly for your alliance or your own team or whatever, then yeah. But at the moment, there's more prestige in ARK at the moment,
Okay. All right, Afro?
The Olympiads, I think that when it comes out, I really enjoying that. But after 2 weeks, I just don't that into it that game mode, because it didn't involve much of the planning. Different ARK. ARK, you have to plan a lot of the shoots from the beginning to the end. But the Olympiads just play for fun. I would say that. So for me, I would just go with ARK. So I'll go with ARK.
All right, Groggy.
Well, you know me in Olympia. I've been playing with you for the last couple of weeks.
Dude, he's always bum rushing the fucking enemy spawn out here. I know it.
I love Olympia. I think it's a great format. I think when they start adding some more skills to the mix, it'll be even better. And I think there's a lot of promise for it.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Hofdad, you're up, brother.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're all right. I mean, Afro said it's kind of play for fun right now. It is. I mean, so my answer is I mean, I don't know. It depends what they have planned for Olympia. If it has some hype to it, and there's a season to it, and eliminations and all that stuff, like Van was saying, then yeah, if that's their esport path, then that's the way to go. But I think that Lilith is doing a Korean Osiris League for a reason.
That's an interesting. Like, I know we've danced around it, but I do agree with you on that aspect. But at the same time, I also think that they've listened to community feedback. And I will say this: Chisco, Wick, literally every single content creator, when we did our thing with Olympia, we told them, if this is a one-off event, like y'all know, like Karak event, or like people, you are doing your company a disservice by doing that. And that was literally the first thing that they fixed, was they fixed the rotation, that it's constantly going and going and going. Now, the second element is the part that we always talk about, which is competitive aspect. And it will be very interesting to see where they take that. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see when you start competing with Osiris League, if they start running events and stuff like that. I think it's going to be a different dynamic, because you're going to start having people, like, times are going to conflict, like you're going to have weird stuff overlap. So, but I do agree with you on that aspect. Zenith, what you got, brother?
At the moment, I would say that I enjoy ARK way more, so I'm putting more efforts into planning ARK. But if things get dragged into the Olympia section, I'm pretty sure everyone who's playing the game at a somehow competitive level will follow it, and of course plan Olympia more in depth. But for the current state of Olympia, I think most people wouldn't do that, because it's, as mentioned before, more a fun thing to do, and I don't see the competitive aspect in it right now, because there are like many differences commander wise. You're not locked to any pool, you're not locked equipment wise, so there is no matchmaking and stuff. So it's if you're on the wrong end, it's kinda not enjoyable, because either you're smashing the enemies, or if you don't have the equipment and the commanders, you get smashed all day long. So I think it's probably enjoyable for the most in here, but I think for the majority it's not that enjoyable yet.
So I'll bring it up in the way that I know MKiz, because I played with him a while. It feels like pub stomping. It doesn't feel like, and he knows, like, y'all know what I'm talking about if you play Call of Duty. It feels like you're jumping into a lobby against a bunch of Christmas noobs, you know, because Hofdad can talk about stuff. When he's played with us, he's like, bro, I can't use these commanders. I can't use this shit. I can't use, and he's playing with Groggy. He's playing with a bunch of us that have everything unlocked. And he is literally the only one in our group that is locked down. That I feel is really, really bad. Like I feel like we're jumping in and playing against 2100 kingdoms and just absolutely curb stomping them, because they're running out with Pelagius and we're running out with XYs.
Exactly.
You know,
it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense to get fixed.
So, all right, MKiz, pub stomping, you're up, brother.
For now, I think it's a really fun game. It's got a lot of potential, but as of right now, I'd invest my time more into ARK than I would into Olympia.
Okay. Hova.
Yeah, I'm going to go Olympia, and the only thing that they need to add is the ability to chirp the other team.
The ability to what? Sorry?
To chirp the other squad mid-game.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing I need, and that game mode's amazing.
Hova wants to smack talk, basically.
Ooh. He fucking melts somebody. He's like, Archer gang, right? He's like fucking just talking shit. The death comms after you melt somebody. Oh god, can you imagine the smack talk in fucking Rise of Kingdoms? Oh lord, I think MKiz knows what we're talking about. We're playing fucking Call of Duty, and the little like Christmas noobs come out and like get one kill, and they're like, "Fuck your mother," and you're just like, bro, come on now. Like I can imagine the smack talk in Rise of Kingdoms. It would be so bad. All right, Lambo, you're up, brother.
I'll be honest here, and y'all will probably trash me for it. I haven't played Olympia even one match.
Oh shit! Wow.
And
Fucking
why
not?
It's a game mode that just doesn't appeal to me. And in the other aspect, I'm very competitive. And when I hear people on voice saying, "Oh, I just need to do this skill to get these rewards," or "I need to complete this achievement to get these rewards," it's not, let's work together and win. It's, okay, what's in it for me? I need to do this.
Yeah,
I don't care about
that. I can understand, because that is true. That is very, very true in Olympia. It does not feel like we got people hiding in the fucking trees all game long. You know, you got like it. I feel I get what you're saying though, for sure, 100%. Because
you just got people chasing kills and not killing their troops because they want
correct. Because
they need to create some form of system around it where it becomes a competitive team game instead of an individual competition.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. If like Clash of Clans, I come from Clash of Clans. Like if they give every team that wins a certain number of trophies, and then there's a ranking based on the number of trophies you have, it's something I might look at, right? Because then people are going to be more into, let's work together, let's win this match, than, I need these certain achievements to get these rewards. Fuck everyone else.
No, tack that on.
I agree.
Tack that
It all
on.
changes if they create a league for Olympics.
Tack that
It
on
just-
the
that
fucking
changes
ARK.
the game.
Tack that on the ARK, and you got my money, bro. You fucking start adding, hey, you get this amount for wins, this amount for loses, and you have a fucking ladder system. And we've talked about it. Top 512 in the ladder, get the top tier rewards, top tier competition. Now you're cooking with grease, because now you officially have the top 512 like qualifying teams. You're not gifted a qualification, you are earning your qualification. That is what I like. So I agree with you on the Olympia part, in that aspect. I think there needs to be, but I think that's overall in the game in general. Like I've said this numerous times, even in KVK, and I know we don't talk about KVK a lot on this channel in that regard, or at least in this series, but I don't like the fact that you have kingdoms that have lost 8 KVKs in a row competing against 254 or 401. Like, I want to see champions against champions. I want to see, I don't care. I don't know the format, if you do a bracket or if you do whatever, but if you win your KVK, you move in and you end up in a pool with winners, and then you start like I think there's such a dynamic that you can address. Like, I get allies that are different, and I just think the way that KVK is formatted right now, it's all about timing. It's all about shit that you can't control, and that's your language that you speak, or like there's some dumbass shit that is out there that's like, well, if you speak Chinese and these 3 teams speak English, you're not gonna get. It's like, come on now, like, that's fucking stupid. But all right, Zeus, you're up, brother.
I think I'll stay with ARK. Yeah.
All right, Zev, you're up, brother.
Yeah, same for me. ARK is much better at the moment. Olympia has to be much more competitive. Like, honestly, we don't even play if if the opponent team is not from the same kingdom, same team, because it's not fun when it's like that.
All right. So we got through all of our questions, fam. We're gonna make this short and sweet. This is literally, I promise you, the last thing we're gonna talk about, and we're not really talking. But if there's one thing, and I wanted to kind of add this in at the very end, the one thing that you would tell, if you were talking direct to the devs, that you want added to ARK, or you want something, whatever you want to verbally say without cussing them out, we're gonna make it productive. About ARK in general, Osiris League, what is the one thing that you want them to know? One thing. Don't go a laundry list. One thing that you would like them to address, to make known, or whatever it is that you would like. There's one thing that you're going to say to the devs, and we'll start with Zeb first.
I said it already many times. I want weekend practices, cross-kingdom practices. That's the first 2 things I want.
Okay. Zeus.
Don't put us in the same pool as TR again. That's it.
All right, Lambo, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, to get more reps in, weekend practices. Absolutely.
Okay.
That would, remove not remove, but that would level the playing field with the Korean League.
Okay. Seneth?
Yes, to also add some sort of like this invitational practice matches, so we can even test commanders that we don't have yet to practice with them, rather than having to max them to figure out they are not working as intended.
Okay. Mine's very simple. I want either caster tools, or I want multi-language casting. So the same match on different channels with different languages. So for a championship, I would want like 8 different languages casting. Like, y'all, if y'all seen Call of Duty, you've seen the way they do it. They have a French cast, an English cast, a Portuguese cast, a fucking Arabic cast. I don't care what it is, but the fact of just being able to have that to grow the audience, I think for this game is very, very important. And right now, the spectator part is what's suffering, and that's what I would want to fix, is the spectator experience. So, MKiz, you're up, brother.
Yeah, I would say cross-kingdom practices as well.
Hova.
Yeah, teleports and cross kingdom practice, and midweek practice.
Ooh, okay. Off dead.
Or weekend, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick one, it would be weekend practicing and being able to test all the commanders. But to add something else, I really would just like our backups to be able to watch the game and have my spotters and I can't remember what somebody else called them, Van Diesel, maybe Overwatch or whatever. Yeah, they help your team a lot if they're on your team.
Okay. Groggy.
Weekend practices, cross kingdom practices.
I think we're hearing an overarching theme here, fam. All right, devs, I hope y'all hear this. All right, Afro.
I agree that cross kingdoms practice will be great because right now we and us and the TRs in the same kingdom and we just kind of find a common time to practice. So cross kingdom practice gonna be great, and I would also advise to add more scales because right now lots of teams just playing with the same strategies, which I don't see it will be. From the views perspective, it's just not so great. Add more skills, it will make it increase the strategies planning.
Perfect. All right, Van, you're up, brother. You're last, but not least, my friend.
I want a global recording that I can use with my own POV.
My man.
So I can actually scout teams properly.
I like it. I
love
that. We've talked about it so much.
Share that after you record all.
So for the devs, kind of sum up.
We definitely gonna need that.
The overarching theme is they want global recordings where people can actually access them. So global recordings, so there's no more, this team popping up from the annals of history. We want global recordings of their matches. We want weekend practices across the game. Okay, across the game, not locked by kingdom. Okay. And then the other thing was being able to either in practice matches be able to test equipment, commanders, just have kind of like a custom match. So be able to access the stuff so that there isn't a unfair advantage between Korean League and our league. So I think those are fairly easy to fix. It's a custom match. I don't think there should be an issue with that. They're already creating a custom match regardless. It's just opening up stuff. So
all
right.
who's gonna ask Baba to contact Lilith?
Lambo, we put you, man.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
Lambo OnlyFans starting it up. Fucking the cheese wheels, we'll call them. But I appreciate y'all for coming out, dude. I still gotta spin 2 fucking Chingon wheels, bro. I'm not excited for this. I may end up twerking and doing some weird ass shit. So cover your eyes, go to sleep. But all right, fam, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all again for hopping on. We will do this at some point again with more and bigger people. Maybe we'll do this on Saturday morning or something like that. Cause I know Wick and Sebo, and there was a ton of people that wanted to be on this, but I know the timing was a little weird. So we'll figure it out.
Was he just ripping on everyone, saying he's gonna get bigger people here?
Who?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I thought I heard that.
I said more. All right, get it correct. More. All right. Before we have the mass unsub hit before fucking Lambo cripples our channel. All right. No, I'm just kidding. No. Y'all know we're always looking for more insight, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna send this out to our community managers, stuff like that. That way they can watch it if they want to. I know that they were excited to hear from some of y'all. Most of y'all, because y'all are in the nitty gritty, y'all are in the trenches. So I appreciate y'all's time. Thor probably fell asleep, motherfucker. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all for, giving me y'all's time. And Lambo and Hova, dude, y'all been crushing it. And what do we got? What, two more weeks? 1 more week? Something like that of the show. So come in, hang out. We're going to discuss other things, stuff like that. But I do appreciate y'all. Thank you again, Van. Thank you again, Afro, Groggy, Hofdad, Hova, as always, MKiz, Seneth, Lambo, Thor, and Zev and Zeus. Thank y'all again. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all's time hanging out. Y'all make some new friends, do stuff like that. We'll definitely hang out and talk more shit in the future. So I appreciate y'all's time, and I'll let y'all go because I know some of y'all is like 2, 3 in the morning. So Y'all have a great rest of y'all's night.
Yeah, 5:40.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
my first Bulbattalion paycheck bounced. Do I need to speak to about that?
She holds the wallet, my friend.
Wait,
You already know this. You're married, my
I want a
friend.
gift card in the mail, Boba.
You what?
I got direct deposit. I don't know about you guys.
I heard nudes in the mail. I can make this happen. What?
That's great.
No, I appreciate y'all. We definitely got to do this again. I appreciate y'all and y'all's time, and I'll let y'all go. But let's do this again. So appreciate
All
y'all.
right, thanks,
Thanks,
Paul.
Paul. I appreciate it, man.
Later,
Thanks a
later.
lot.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. I know it was a little bit longer. It was about an hour and 40 minutes. But we had a lot of people to get combos from. Let me know in the comments. Let me know, post it in chat, post it in the comments. If y'all like their suggestions, what things y'all did like, didn't like. Thank you for all the subs. Lord Jeebus. Dude, I still need to do the freaking wheel spins. Give me a second. I still promised y'all wheel spins. Let me see. Hold on. We got 40 people in here. Let me see. Hold on. Where we gotta go? We gotta go here. We're gonna go there. Wait, why didn't you bring it up? What the fuck? Oh wait, hold on. We're in the wrong screen. Oh shit. A little sus potato. Look at this. Ooh, all right. Put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. All right. Ooh, okay. This is the Chingon wheel. We are looking at adding other things to it, but right now we don't have them. So we're gonna spin it. I owe Mad Phantom one, and we owe our boy Payton one. So we're gonna do Payton because Payton was first, and I am not excited for this. All right, you ready? Wheel of Fortune. Oh shit. Oh man, come on. All right. As we lose all our subs that we just gained. Give me 1 second. Lord Almighty. All right. I might need the missus to help me because I'm a little like booty deficient. So my booty just don't shake like that. You know what I'm saying, fam? You know what I'm saying? My booty just don't shake like that. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. Work it. All right, let me remove this thing real quick. Work. All right. Y'all asked for it. Y'all's fault. Y'all's fault. Not to mention, I have a fucking massive wedgie fucking sitting. All right. Look at this. Look at my shirt. For those of y'all still here, this is a sneak peek at the merch that y'all are gonna. One of the shirt that y'all will be able to get on launch day on the website. This is the thing. So it is for those of y'all who know Disturbed the music. My wife and I love rock music called Down with the Sickness kind of deal, and so we did Down with the Thickness, and then we did the back. Oh shit, my butt's too low. I gotta get like the workers. What did my wife tell me? Gotta. Got your booty shake. Hope you saw it. Hope you saw it. So I'm out here working some cheeks. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right, you sus potatoes, you weird. I love all y'all though. Give me a second. I'm all sweaty as hell, man. Some hard ass work. Amazon's favorite, Lord Almighty. All right, give me a second. Let me see. I got to do one more for Mad. Hey, Matt's probably asleep. It's probably like 5 a.m. for this dude. He probably left like an hour ago. All right, let me see. We're gonna do it for Mad. Here we go. Chingon, baby. Dude, please don't be a pie. Please don't be a pie. Fuck! Come on! No! Bro! It's a fuck. Oh, man. Dude, there's no way I'm fucking this t-shirt up. I still gotta take photos and shit. Oh, man. I don't know if the wife's gonna come and do the cream pie. Oh, shit. All right. Guess I'll do it for y'all. If I gotta pie myself, then I'll pie myself. I need to switch shirts, though. So give me like... Guys, give me like 2 minutes. I gotta run and get the shit and switch my shirt because I don't want to ruin the brand new shirt yet. All right. Give me one. God damn it, dude. This blows. All right. Give me 1 second.
Hello, people. Figure this thing out. I have come to entertain you. It's gonna be like 20 years because he says potato. So we're gonna listen to music. You see like 20 million windows open. Oh my god. This man don't know what he's doing right now. He ate all his snack plate though, so we're doing okay. He's sus. Wait, we're looking at that window? All his little notifications. That's okay. This. I'm gonna put my little music on. Yum. Feel free to ask me things, friends. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll be damned if I don't give you an answer. Say that. Told that fool, I was like, nah, go get your own pie. Set up your own death, fool. Sus. F3. Allegedly. Allegedly. I just came here to entertain. What are you doing?
Hi.
Okay, bye.
Hot for you, babe. You want to come on this side? I gotta move the chair. You gotta come this way. I'm not gonna... Got this shit all day, babe. Oh man, not excited. I don't want to do it to myself. My God, is this can ever gonna end? Dude, it's still going. I'm not even pushing it. The fuck am I? Somebody goes Lambo. Lambo goes the evil grin on Mrs. Bulba's face. I love it. All right, this is for you, mad motherfucker. He probably asleep too. That's what makes it worse. All right. I ain't getting fucking shit in my microphone. Sorry. I ain't about that life. What?
Oh, he got in my face! No! Why did you get on me? Rude! Oh, look at that!
Wow,
Me!
this is a lot.
No!
This is a lot. Nope.
I didn't even put it in your hair.
Nope.
That
This
was
is a lot.
nice.
This is a lot.
No,
Oh, wow.
I'm out. It got on me.
You got on you? What are you complaining about?
I didn't sign up for that.
Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh, you're out? Nice. Fuck. Ugh. Bro, I can't even see that. Sorry. Oh, so perfect. Can't see. My God, it's fucking everywhere. I feel like I'm in like the lowest budget porno that you've ever seen. Literally, that's how I feel right now. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Fuck me. Fuck, I can't see. Well done. Dude, Mad was still here? Are you fucking kidding me? Bro, he's been asleep for like an hour. Dang. Damn. He fucking fell asleep and woke back up and fucking saw me get cream pie on the face. Dang. There's one thing y'all gotta know, okay? I love y'all. But you can ask fucking Redline, okay? When you take this shit to the face, bro, you smell that upper lip, dude, it don't smell right, okay? It don't smell right. Something wrong. Something wrong. It's like being at a seafood buffet, bro. It just doesn't slap right. You know what I mean? All right, give me a second. Dude, I got shit on my shorts. I didn't even have a good time. Oh, no. Got on the fucking carpet. Oh. Well, fuck it. Staying there. Staying there. Well. Just blame Huff, Dad. Redline's pie to the face was wimpy compared to yours, dude. Yeah, but he at least did it. You know what I mean? Our boy didn't let us down. He didn't let us down like that. But dude, that is fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? All right. Is my hair all fucked up? No. Yeah, it is. Who cares? Good work, Mad. Dang. Y'all are sus potatoes, bro. And with that, like and subscribe. Oh, shit. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate the chingon. And, Hoff, or not Hoff, Peyton. Thank you again, my friend. Thank you again. Hope y'all enjoyed all the new stuff. We're gonna bring it out. I'm gonna try to bring y'all as much content as we possibly can. We got a ton of stuff coming out. The website, for those of y'all who haven't seen, we have a ton of stuff. So for those of y'all who don't know, we are looking at, for those of y'all who saw the ROK board, or the one that they use for seeing all that kind of stuff, I had the idea of doing a similar concept for ARK on our website. So it's free. It'll be free to y'all. You just sign up, create an account when we launch it, and it will have all of my casts from the past fucking, 3 seasons worth of stuff that you can then use and look up and do all that kind of stuff. We'll have members. Y'all saw the merch, that shirt, plus like 15 other items that is going to be absolutely legit. And I mean fire content. And merch will be releasing August 1st. Member section, we're gonna have a ton of stuff for y'all. I hope y'all come and hang out with us. It is truly it would not be possible without y'all. And we are a small community, but we are a very tight community, and that is what I always will appreciate, is that. So I appreciate all the love and support, all the donos. Let me make sure and get through everything, because I know for a fact I missed a ton of subs, a ton of everything. Let me go through and make sure and thank everybody. Peyton, $10 super chat. Hoff just quoted Amazon. No. Motherfucker out here subbing to the channel. Welcome to the Burrito Gang, my friend. Liquid Misery. Oh Lord, if that doesn't explain the night, I don't know what it was. Sent 244 in super chat. Good night, Seneth. Appreciate you. Ducky sent 609 super chat. A skill that lets your marches get a certain amount of rage when popped, and maybe more rage regen. AB to Beast sent 199 super chat. Make the Shrine of War actually heal, not boost. Abdullah, I could have sworn Abdullah was out here in the Burrito Gang already, but Abdullah subbing to the channel as well. Dark 1623 sub to the channel. Liquid Misery again hitting us with the $6.09 super chat. Some skills that only affect the 3 troops that are in the middle would be nice. Paid in with the $20. Tell Hoff to chime in my suggestion. I think we talked about those. AB to Beast with the $199. Lambo Skull Vikings. That is 100% a Drago thing. Dude, I want to see Drago do like a chant, like a war cry. You know what I mean? Like on a stream. I've told him multiple times. I'm like, bro, when the pass is opened up, I want that Viking war cry just to come out. Just, you know what I'm saying? Skull. Like, oh, fuck yeah. I would be lit. All right. Let me see. Lambo with the $5. Slurring his words already. Yikes. Void Legacies Gaming, thank you for subscribing. Executioner AF with the $7.06 super chat. Are you going to chase that shot or sip it lightweight? Bro, dude, I ain't as tough as I used to be, my friend. I used to drink all the time, and I haven't been drinking as much. So I'm a little bit of a lightweight. I will admit that. But I'm working on it. I want to be better for y'all. All right. Let me see. Liquid Misery 244. That 1903 has the hottest girls. Is it true that 1903 has the hottest girls? I don't know, but I can tell you they have the hottest dudes and the coolest chicks. You know what I mean? That is what we say as married men. We say that we only hang out with the hottest dudes and the coolest chicks. Addy is subscribed. Appreciate you. Dus244 super chat. If ever shot costs $2, I am sorry for you, bro. No, we don't do that. We don't do that here. Cornell 282 super chat. Take a shot offered by 1903. I'll do that for y'all. I'll do that for y'all. Because I'm not super sus potato. I'm pretty sus potato, but not super sus potato. But I want to be alive because if we do anything tomorrow, I don't want to be completely dead. But I'm going to do that for y'all. Because I did miss some. All right. Well, cheers. 1903. Cheers. Ah. All right. Executioner AF with the 706 super chat. Please call Hofdad a duck wobble. That is all. Hofdad, you are a duck wobble. I have no clue what the fuck that means. It sounds like a porno name, but I like it. Liquid Misery again. How much super chat you seen Senate's legs? Whoa. Whoa. I'm pretty sure it's more than 244 in the super chat. You know what I mean? Just send 244. That's a weird mix, bro. Yeah. It's my little, it's oh man, what is it called? It's the this guy. Okay. And it's this guy. Look at it. Okay. Let's be real, guys. Who's the drinker in here? You know what I mean? Look at these bottles. They're half the size of my body. And then we got lemonade, which I probably would have gotten Chick-fil-A lemonade, but I don't think we got it. So, but the wifey brought me that, so I drank it. Let's see. AB to Beast, 199. AB to Huff Kid, I think yes. Bro, dude, you're sending these weird messages. I'm trying to keep up. Dust with 244. A last one, please. I want another child, please. I want Huff Daddy. Dude, Dust coming in hot. Dude, he wants that hot daddy, not the Huff Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Red line with the 5. I think we got this one. Please tell Hova. Yeah, we definitely got that one. Gopher 3. So the channel Executioner. Cornell 706. Don't share knowledge, Seneth. Mad Phantom out here. Send the $69. Bring the tequila to life, bro. Oh man, that was tough. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Let me see. John Sniff Snow. Hamid Khan. Dude, the Hamid was strong tonight. It was strong. I was very proud of my boys. AB to Beast 199. This dono train seems too much fun. Choo choo. And Mad became a member. AB to Beast. Payton. Yeah, y'all crushed it today. Y'all crushed it today. These so many subs. Oh my god. Holy shit. So many subs, so many members. I appreciate y'all, each and every one of y'all. Let me know in the chat. Did y'all have fun? Did y'all enjoy your first? If it wasn't your first, Bulbattalion, I appreciate y'all. We are looking to do bigger and better things all the time. So if y'all have ideas, leave me comments down below. We are going to be doing some more Rise of Kingdom stuff. I'm going to be doing some KVK coverage when we're out of it. We are going to be doing some Call of Duty streams. The wifey has a brand new game coming out that I want her to play. I'll probably play with her. It's called Back for Blood by the creators for Left 4 Dead that we will be playing. So if it's stuff that y'all want to play, Mario Kart from the Switch, we're going to be playing Switch games, doing stuff like that, hanging out with our community. So I hope y'all enjoy, and I hope y'all are having a fantastic time being a part of the community. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all got me all sorts of messed up. You know what? You know what? Matt, are you still here, bro? You still here, Matt? Mad Phantom. My dude, are you still here? If he answers, then we will continue. I'm just going to do one more shot if Matt is here. But that is the trial. Is Mad, are you still here? I'm pulling the bottle out for Mad. Is Mad still here? If Mad isn't here, we're not going to do another one. If Mad is here, we will do another one. I meant Shrine of Life. I'm such a noob. No worries, AB the Beast. I'm not worried, bud. I think most of the guys here already knew what you were talking about. Don't you worry. If Matt is here, we'll do one more. If Matt isn't here, we'll still do one more. And then we'll end the stream. That's how we'll end it. Let me see if Matt's still here. He probably, I think it's like 4 a.m. for him, so he probably isn't. Let me see. All right, here we go. We'll do one more for our homies. For the homies in the burrito gang. All right, let me put this down real quick. Over this. Ooh, it sounds like a squeaking mouse. All right, fam. Dude, I feel like an alcoholic. I have like 5 bottles down here. All right. Salud, familia. I appreciate y'all. Thank you again. Here, let me turn this bad boy around. I appreciate y'all. Thank you again for all the subs, all the donos, all the members. Y'all made this an absolutely phenomenal show. It is our first ever in over a year that we've been doing this, that we had over 100 live viewers when I was not casting. So that is a new record for us. I appreciate y'all. Thank you again. And salud. Until the next one, my friends. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you again. I hope to see y'all on Discord. We'll probably be hanging out. We may stream tomorrow. I haven't finalized the cast for Sunday, but we will be casting on Sunday. We may be streaming tomorrow. Make sure you stay tuned. If you aren't in our Discord, let me post it real quick. Go hang out on our Discord. If you do hop on our Discord, fam, and you are new, make sure you click that big ass blue button so that you can get verified and then unlock the server. Okay. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to all of our new members. Thank you again for everything. And first and foremost, welcome to the family. And we'll see y'all on the next stream, my friends. Bulba out. Bye.